Friends!
What do you want, idiot?
Hell yeah.
Are we ready? Are we
I'm
ready
ready.
for Dungeons and Dragons?
Hey Vaush, look, I bought a Witcher medallion, School of the Wolf Witcher medallion. I'm ready.
Are you gonna give me your best Geralt impression?
Fuck.
It's not bad. Yeah. No, it's pretty good actually.
I can get a little more raspy. Fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah. He speaks two languages. And fuck. The two genders.
My friends, I am sorry to inform you, you are now on camera. In the top left, that is not the direction my arm is going. On the top left, that direction, we have the one, the only, the fast-talking, Latin American politics spewing, the world record modded Super Mario 64 champion, Conure, CC, e-boying it up with a backwards cap. How you doing?
What is up, everybody? I've got some mandarin oranges. Also, you fucked up the camera orientation because there's a little bit of the border on the one side, but that's fine.
Just fixed it right before you said it. Didn't count.
There you go, sir. What's up, everybody?
They can't answer.
Chilling here.
It's just us.
They're hypers and they love Conure.
All right. Well,
nobody likes me here. It's okay.
I like you, Conure.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good lord.
1 over from Conure CC, the one, the only, the person whose boobies I was juggling a mere 30 minutes ago, the Snake Lord, poofy hair.
I thought that was Pick Puncher's position.
GF, Vermin, comma, hands. How you doing, babe? What's up?
Oh, my mic is so far away. Hello. Hi. I'm fine. I'm tired. I'm hyped. You know how it is.
Okay, good. 1 over. Recently experiencing, reeling from a surge in attention and subscribers, gunning for the 50K subs by 2021. The former Minecraft pig, now current cop pig puncher, fully tatted. How you doing, comrade? What's up?
6'4", fully fucking tatted, 256 pounds, 5% body fat, and I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I got my Witcher medallion. I'm ready to play D&D. First time ever, I actually ate a good meal before playing D&D, so I'm gonna be hyped and excited and in character.
Was that a good meal?
Well, I mean,
what did you eat exactly?
I ate toasted white bread with cream cheese.
Okay. Nice.
That's how you eat on a budget.
Yeah.
It tastes good. It's warm,
getting your nutrients in. Yeah, no, sounds good. And then the 1 over, the legendary, the still streaming on Twitch TV and therefore has access to a myriad of socializing opportunities of which I am incapable. The looking fantastic today, by the way. Twitter e-girl thought. Cyberwitch Lexi, how you doing? Spoken positively. What's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going? I am very excited to be here. It has been too long since we've done this.
That is entirely true. That is true.
Partially my fault.
Mostly my fault.
Mostly Vaush.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Mostly my fault. I think that's a fair, characterization. And we had to arrive with everyone. Bring out your finest liquors and pour them out onto the ground. F's in chat. PepeHands galore for our fallen comrade over here. The one, the only white Nervosa, single-handedly responsible, like Atlas, who carries this website on her muscular shoulders. White Nervosa has fallen. She no longer has the time to play D&D on Monday. That's okay. As PepeHands carries the tears from his sudden eyelids, so too does White Nervosa carry the spirit, not only of this website, but of this community, and we will always remember her. And she can drop in whenever she wants.
The Wagey Keiichi has claimed yet another victim. Not enough people tossed a coin to their streamer, and she had to get a wage cut job.
Bless. May we never forget.
Was sad. PepeHands.
But you can help. with !WN in chat, you too can find her socials. And if you are so willing, contribute to her livelihood so she can not only help me, but other leftist content creators in need of the coding and top tier big brain skills that she in particular has, which I most certainly do not, because I don't know I don't know how to do any of this. Okay, let's be real with that. Let me take all of you on a journey as I recap the events of the story thus far. Not capturing everything, of course. You know, recaps can't capture everything, but we're going to get the gist. A short while ago, 5 adventurers, Kazooie, Hen, Xanderhal, Exilia, and Hui, now deceased, but not really, found a posting on the message board of town telling them that great rewards and thanks would be brought about to any adventurers capable of solving the ills of the town of Mordhill. Pictured center screen right there. Mordhill, a small mining town, had fallen to a most insidious plague, a detail which they were not informed of until having already arrived. Upon arriving to Mordhill, they found that not only had most of the town's population already died, but that the plague besetting the town was of a most supernatural nature, afflicting only residents of the town and succumbing or inflicting upon them myriad physical and spiritual ailments, which led invariably either to one's death or to some manner of delusory imagined music, which led them then inexorably to their death. Strange indeed, and the strangeness only grew more prominent as they began to investigate the prominent figures and events and locations of this place, realizing that there was in fact not only a plague, but an orchestrator to the plague, a large hooved skeleton-like minotaur creature that calls itself the Conductor. Through a series of contrivances, coincidences, and unlucky encounters, the party has managed to find themselves on the other side of the material plane, venturing now into the astral plane, the land of thought, dreams, and death, where spirits go to rest after their time in the material world has come to an end. They come there now to find that the island they have arrived at, the pallid, yellowed, sandy dunes that break up the infinite expanse of the Silver Sea, that place which those who are dead go. There is a facility where the Conductor is using a great many magics to assemble machinery. Honest to God, fancy pants, gears and cogs, tech level way beyond Dungeons and Dragons machinery. But thankfully, and we now arrive at the point that they are at, they, rather than being immediately killed by the guardians of this encampment, which were numerous and severe in nature, they instead were led to and have encountered a camp stationed on the far side of the island in the astral plane, which is manned currently by servants of the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen, the true Queen of Death, who oversees all in her infinite domain, as well as the souls of those who have passed, has sent soldiers to this place to, well, I guess we'll have to find out. My party members and friends, -1 now. Y is still with your party, I should clarify. Y, not the most conversational one, even in the best of circumstances, will be with you for at least for now. You are now being directed towards the far side of this encampment. It's small, it's cozy, and it's actually, if there was an architectural tendency towards this place, it would almost be of Oriental or Asian, with the pagodas and the tapais and the big towering planks of wood that have been arranged ornamentally into something resembling the facade of, an erected tent city. You're being brought towards the largest tent of them all by an enormous Goliath of a skeleton, 8.5 feet, not fully tatted, and in fact 0% body fat, Xanderhal. I'm very sorry you have been outdone by this skeletal behemoth. It leans forward over the 5 of you as it draws its massive arm forward to part the tent door and beckon all of you in to the dim, candle-lit interior of this, the commander's tent of the Raven Queen's detachment. And as the 5 of you enter, you hear a voice crowing at you from the far side of the tent, which is rectangular in shape, quite long, mind you, no more than 12 feet wide, but at least 40 feet long. You hear, are those the mortals? Oh my goodness, it is, flesh and everything. Could you come over here?
Aye.
Real quick, do we have a map for this or no?
Not presently,
screen,
no,
or...
but it will.
Okay.
Yes, but it can happen.
Seize our imagination.
For now we use yes, but the theater of our minds.
Yes.
Aye, lads. Let's walk over then.
On the far end of the tent, you see, again, dimly illuminated by candlelight, sitting on the at the head of a table, which extends nearly the length of the interior of the tent, is a woman. And she looks very much unlike any woman you have ever seen before in your life. Even though the candlelight barely illuminates the decorations around the contents of the table upon which she's resting her elbows, she is distinctly visible, illuminating an almost ethereal glow, irrespective of the lights around her. She's wearing tattered white rags. They almost look like the remains of a wedding dress, but they're bunched at the shoulders and waist in a way that doesn't befit the culture and iconography of wedding dresses as you know them. It looks almost like they're piled on as armor. And her face is, well, it would be an understatement to say she's attractive, but more essential, I think, than that is the fact that her physiology does not match that of any race of people you recognize. Her face looks humanoid, but she has long elven ears that taper out into these thin, almost frond-like extensions that go well past the length of any elven ear. She looks almost moth-like, luminous in every sense. There are tables adjacent to her, or sorry, not tables, seats adjacent to her on the table, on her side.
Interesting. I turn over to the party. Xanderhal turns over to the party and says, I have no idea what she is, but a woman be a woman. She deserves respect. We're getting back to the roots. We're getting back to Xanderhal's roots.
Yeah, I guess we are.
It's been a long time since I've felt anything, but I'm pretty sure these chairs are comfortable. So please. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I can do a bit of mind reading. Is that Kazooie?
Oh, why, yes, it is.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I love your accent.
Well, I was born with this, so, I mean, got what I've got.
Of course. No, I was born with this, too, just a very long time ago. Please. Hen.
Yes. I mean, I look at her. I wouldn't respond. I just look at her. Yes.
Would you, as a matter of familiarity, mind removing your mask with us?
Is that quite necessary?
No, I won't kill you if you say no. I'm just asking, silly.
It just kind of stands. Considering. I shall say.
For as long as I've known Hen, I've not seen her without the mask on, but she seems like a swell person. I don't think it's totally necessary for her to remove the mask. I do believe she fares better in combat as well with it on.
Oh, I think it's a beautiful
mask. Seem more comfortable that way.
Oh, Hen, darling, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
No, it's not.
How about you sit up next to me?
Personal. Sure.
Here you go.
I don't mind.
She extends.
I'll sit next to her.
A long, thin, alabaster white arm to pull out one of the chairs that are adjacent to her.
So you said she looks like an elf, like a high elf?
Her face is alabaster white. She looks almost elven, but there's more of an insectoid sort of affiliation to some of her features. There's fur and there's webbing in places where you wouldn't typically see with elven kind.
Okay. So like what's that fucking race? It's not Vidalcan. Anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, sure. I sit next to her.
Xanderhal.
I know. Can I get an insight? Can I get a vibe check on this bitch?
You can absolutely. I believe vibe checks are called insight checks. You can roll for it, but first I'll go through her speaking. Xanderhal.
Aye, my lady. How may I be of service to you?
I can read your mind. I can read your name and your mind as easily as I would the words off a page. You're very open, you know that?
I believe that lying to a woman, even if it be with my thoughts, is unforgivable.
Oh, that's very chivalrous of you. That's behavior I haven't seen in a very, very, very long time. I don't know how far it'll get you, though, sweetie. Here, do you want to sit up next to me, too? We've got another chair.
Aye, lass. I sit down.
And, Isilia...
Yes.
You know I was a druid, too, before all this.
Before all this?
Oh, before I died.
If you don't mind me asking, lass, how did you die?
Oh, God. Who even remembers? It was some far-off war with far-off kingdoms and far-off kings a very, very long time ago. Long before, mind you, any of you or your grandparents, or God knows how long before that, would have been born. Just a glimmer in your collective species' eye. But I know I was a druid. That much is sure.
It looks like you and Exilia have something in common.
Well, I had to stop being one. See, nothing's alive here. There's not much point in being a druid of the astral plane, you know?
Well, are you unable to leave?
Oh, well, I could. I don't know why I would. There's always one way out, you know. I could just jump in the Silver Sea.
I suppose you could.
Now, you rolled insight, Hen?
Yes, I got a 12.
She is inscrutable to you. You get no perceptions of her.
I kind of figured.
And Kazooie, I'm afraid with a roll of a 3, she looks a little bit like your mother.
He knows everything.
Your brain, your synapses misfire, and you get a maternal vibe.
I just start preening my feathers a little bit. I give up on trying to figure anything out.
Xanderhal, every time she turns away, Xanderhal is like with his hair, like
doing the spit lick a little bit.
No, not the spit lick. That's disgusting. But you
know,
okay. He's fucking with his hair. Yeah, no. If I see someone spit or lick their hand and move their hair, I want to fucking vomit.
You got to do the thing where you lick both your pinky and your thumb, and you do this thing with your eyebrows.
Yeah, that makes one.
Really gets the lady stopping.
If you use urine to slick back your hair, it has the added effect of protecting against jellyfish stings.
Please.
That's true.
Anyway, the figure at the head of the table, after the four of you are seated, more or less, looks at you all with vibrantly bright blue eyes and says, "Okay, wow, I haven't had to deal with mortals in such a long time. Are you hungry at all? Thirsty? You have to be thirsty."
Well,
do you guys typically keep a lot of food and water around since you're all kind of dead a little bit?
Yeah, I was gonna say
I can conjure it. I'm very strong.
Sure. I would appreciate it, my lady.
What would you like?
Could I get a mug of ale?
She reaches out with her arms, which are quite long, not unnaturally so, but it's just, a distinctive feature, and waggling her fingers together in an evocative gesture, thin trails of mist begin to pull from the local matter, the tent flaps, the table beneath her, the air itself, until the thick fog coalesces to a thickness so severe you can't see through it. And after that is done, it reaches a certain shape and size, and she reaches into it and grasps, and you hear it slosh, a mug of ale. She sets it down on the table, and slides it gingerly over towards you, so gently that the liquid in it doesn't even stir. It smells delicious.
Thank you kindly, lass.
Anyone else?
And Xanderhal takes a sip.
What?
It's
I'm just hanging out.
delicious. It's unbelievably good. It's some of the best ale you've ever had in your life.
I'm sorry, real quick. What kind of a domicile are we in right now?
You're in a big tent, about 12 feet
Okay.
by 40 feet, maybe. There are people on
Oh,
the far
shit.
end, but you're like concentrated at the head.
So I'm
Okay.
assuming we're like in a war tent, like where soldiers would gather together while camping out before a battle to plan and whatnot.
Yes, commander's tent.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna ask. Sorry if I blanked out. Did we ask her name before?
No, you do not.
Okay, I'll ask her name. That's what I was gonna do. I'll say, I guess I could do with some wine, but I am mostly curious. What is your name or title?
Here you are. And she begins to conjure the wine glass, and as she does so, she says, "My name is Adwa Behest Manida, or Commander Adwa Behest Manida, but you can call me Adha if you'd like. That language is long gone. My title remains, though." She hands you the glass of wine.
And
Aye,
that
lass.
would be
Wait,
Were you saying
Hold on,
something
wait.
then?
Oh, I said and that would be because she says her title remains, so I was wondering if that was a different name.
She said commander.
Oh, Commander. Oh, okay. Adha?
Adha.
Adha? Okay.
That's close enough.
Aye, lass. I will. I'll call you Ada as well, since I can barely pronounce my own last name.
Adha. But close enough. You know, honestly, even the effort's really flattering. Most of the people who, mispronounce my name have been doing it for hundreds of years or even longer. So this is a refreshing change of pace, getting to talk to new people. Actually, goodness me, it's been so long since I've walked the material plane. Can I ask, are horses still a thing?
Aye. They're pretty neat. They're pretty useful for traveling.
We haven't found anything better yet?
Aye. I heard that you can get they call it a chariot. You get two horses and you strap them together and you ride on them. It sort of pulls a cart. But other than that, no, I don't know what you mean by better.
Interesting.
I've got a pair of wings that can take me pretty far. That's kind of nice.
Yes, isn't that wonderful? For all my strength, I can't fly, I'm afraid. You'll find it a little more difficult to fly here in the astral plane. The gravity's a little heavier. The silver sea pulls deeper than the weight of rock and earth beneath your feet on the material plane. But you should still be able to fly. Decently enough, at least. My people, we didn't have... What did you say those were? Chariots?
Aye, wagons, chariots. They go by a few names depending on who you ask.
Huh. Well, the farthest we ever got, I think, was we had small groups of people, maybe 300-400 at most. They lived in leather-backed yurts that up in the frozen north, and we would hunt for food. I don't think we really got much farther than that, at least not before I died.
Interesting. So do you often ask people who come here about the technological advances of their time?
Yes, every time I meet mortals, I'd like to hear what's going on in the material plane. It's been a very, very, very long time, and things stay stagnant here, We occasionally borrow some of the technological advances from your planes when using, for our conflicts here, but for the most part, we use magic and golems.
So, you know a lot about the goings-on in the material world in terms of technology, right?
If getting an update every 300 or 400 years would be considered knowing a lot about it, then yeah, definitely. Not much beyond that, though. I couldn't tell you the name of your king, for example.
Aye, well, neither could I, but I would like to ask. We've been finding some things in the way we got here. I don't want to say too much, but
Wait, before you get on that track, I'm sorry to interrupt. OOC, how much does this person know about what's been going on in the town we come from? Can we reasonably figure that out, or do we not know?
That's up to you guys.
Let's
Oh,
ask.
Sorry,
Let's
go
ask
ahead,
her.
Xander. Sorry,
All right,
I just
I'll-
wanted to
All right.
understand.
So I'm gonna ask her. All right. Aye. So, how much do you know about how we got here? I assume you can read our minds.
Oh, thoughts, feelings, evident things, not the intricate details of your memories. Oh, if only that'd be useful. With interrogations and stuff. Yeah, no. What do I know? Well, I know you were brought. No, wait. I'm picking up some details now that you're thinking about it. Okay, you're mortals, and you didn't want to do all of this to begin with. This was sort of unexpected, and you find yourself here now because coming here was the only way you could resolve a situation on the material plane which is related to our problem here in the astral plane. How much of that is correct?
Aye, as far as I'm aware, all of it. We
Okay.
don't know everything that's going on yet. We only just got here, and your bird friend took us here and led us in this direction. But we do have a few questions
nice
we
guy.
hoped you could answer.
Oh yes, our scout is a rapscallion, but yes, no, he's quite nice, I think. Please, if you have any questions, I'm more than interested in answering.
Before we get into the
So-
questions, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
infrequent, I get to talk to new people.
Okay, real quick, Vaush. Since I am a monk
Mhm.
and I am very well trained in meditation, is there any rule that makes it so like I could like focus on not thinking about things I don't want people to read from my mind?
Yeah, if you
that a
want to make
reasonable
like
thing?
an evident effort to avoid like revealing some piece of information, then I would give that I think to you preferentially with advantage. That would be I think
Okay.
probably just like an intelligence roll or wisdom. That's probably wisdom.
Okay, yeah, there's not really much of a reason to do that since a lot of my other party members can't, and she could just see what they're thinking about. But yeah, just a good question to ask, I think. Go ahead.
Well, Conyour's
Mr.
constantly
Xanderhal.
thinking about anime, so he doesn't.
Not true, Ashley. I'm thinking about seed and my own feathers.
Yeah. You try to read fucking Kazui's mind. You just get
Seed.
like a feather,
Seed,
feather.
fruits, you know.
Seed.
Juicy pears.
Aye. All right. I'm getting the voice. Come on. All right. Well, lass, I wanted to ask. We found some things in the living world that don't belong in our time. They seem like they're from a time well after our own, and it seems this is where they're coming from. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, that's actually why I asked about the horses. Because I think they replaced horses over there on the facility on the far side of the island.
Replace them with what?
They've created this, I don't know what I would call it exactly. It's some sort of, it's an automaton, but it's not magic. They shape metal into a roughly rectangular prism shape, and it has wheels on its side, but it's powered by smoke. Smoke emerges from some sort of porthole on the back end. It can move on its own, and actually at pretty extraordinary speeds. At times, they actually build a track for it on the far side of the island, beyond the mountains, guarded by that giant. We can't take a look at what they're doing over there, but we have an idea. Yeah, we have an idea of what's going on here. And I have to make actually, I have a request to make of you. And it's the only one I have to make, really. And if you say no, then here is my promise to you. If you decline, then you will be unconditionally removed from the astral plane peacefully to a location of your choosing. You need not leave through the portal you came, you know. I can send you back however you like. Within reason, of course, to the material plane. I don't know if you're interested in visiting the celestial, but we have no connections there. And if you agree, then I think we can continue from this point forward. So the situation we find ourselves within is this, essentially. All we know is that a very powerful entity that's currently calling itself the Conductor has somehow managed to seize an artifact of the missing god of time, Kronos, who seems to be locked somewhere in the past, in the material plane, through means we're not capable of accessing. The artifact is also being used by that conductor to construct machinery out of step with the natural order of our time. And we need to fix this because they're doing this using the souls of the recently deceased, which is aberrant and wrong and my job to fix. The only problem is that they're moving along quite quickly, and the Silver Sea is endless. We aren't going to get any more troops of the Raven Queen here anytime soon, which means that it's basically just me and a few dozen commandants, which is not nearly enough to deal with the fortifications on that island. I think we can fix this still, but not in the length of time we have, which is why it's so nice they have a artifact from a time god. We can't use it because it's linked to the material plane, and I'm dead. If you can help us find and use that artifact, the four of you will be in a position to fix a problem that we can't. And if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. And I won't blame you.
I'm down to do it, but I don't know about my friends here. It's up to them whether or not they wish to participate.
I am just curious. Do you know what said artifact looks like or might be?
Mm-hmm. It's egg-like, maybe 14 or 16 inches tall. Ostrich egg-shaped, I think, with runic glyphs inscribed along the sort of outer perimeter of the center band of the egg. It's quite cute, you know. I saw it before, a very, very long time ago.
And the conductor has it.
Well,
As
it's
far as
somewhere
you know.
there. If the conductor has it on his person, we'll have to kill him to get it, which seems not likely,
Yes.
all things considered, but hopefully it's somewhere on the premises of their facility, not being directly protected by him.
Xanderhal attempts very strongly to keep the thought of the first incident that he had meeting the conductor and where he shit and pissed and cummed in his pants out of his head, so that this woman cannot read his mind and find out that happened.
Yeah,
Good.
hot
Just have
bug
to
lady
focus on the coom,
can't
man.
know about the shit piss cum.
Good move.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Just focus on that lady you were trying to bone that almost got you all killed.
Oh yeah, I
Or
forgot about
another
it.
experience, yes.
That's what's really motivating me here. What do you think, Exilia?
Well, I don't know if I've ever had power over a god before. That sounds awfully interesting. I'm in.
I suppose I'll go along as well.
Manhan?
Well, I guess.
Yes, I will. I will help. My path has clearly led me here, so I don't know if I have a choice.
Well, it seems we're all in agreement.
Ah, the tenacious selflessness of mortals, even with your limited time span, never seeks to, it never disappoints me. Thank you so much. I am very, very, very much in your debt, and will be long, long, long after you've died. And I have all the time in the world to pay you back. Trust me, I'm not going anywhere, unless things go poorly in the next 24 hours. So, right, the main issue is, well, here, I can show you, actually. And she begins to draw mist from her surroundings until it coalesces in a long board-like rectangular shape in front of her. And in the blink of an eye, you see a map form.
Ooh.
It looks fairly similar to the one that I...
What's with the floppy disk in the top right?
Listen. Don't worry about it.
It looks nice.
Thank you. Um,
The background is very vaporwave, even though it's just supposed to be water.
the Silver
Aye.
Sea. A lot of dead in there. A lot of dead folk. So she begins to trace images with her fingertip, which leave little indentations along the paper. And she says, "So this is where we are here, and we're nestled against the mountainside, so we're relatively secure from any ambushes and such. But over here, they have an amphitheater from which he plays that damnable music of his. He produces machines here, and we know there are secondary offices here and here, which we assume may contain that artifact if we're lucky. We're really just working on guesses here."
Aye, that's a big place. Looks dangerous as well.
Yeah, but there is some good news.
And what would that be?
Well, if we get close, we sound the alarms because we're with the Raven Queen, and they've somehow managed to discern that magically. But the four of you are alive, actually, and that's as far away from the Raven Queen's surface as you can get. Not to mention, living people have come to and from that facility. We've seen it before. There's a Kenku and a Tiefling that will occasionally make the trip from the mountaintop portal down to the facility.
Aye, we know those two. We've had a few interesting interactions with them, but what was their business there?
Oh, we have no idea. No idea at all. We just knew they were alive. We can smell when people are alive, you know. I mean, it's pretty obvious down here. Can't you smell the dead up in the material plane? If you leave it out in the sun for long enough, it becomes obvious, doesn't it?
Aye. It be utmost stinky.
Yes.
So then, do the living smell good or bad, or is it an indifference to the people who live here?
Oh no, it's just a smell. Most of the astral plane doesn't have a smell at all. So, you know, just smelling the sweat and oils, and because even the dead here in the astral plane, they're dead metaphysically. They're spirits. They don't, you know, they don't have a smell. I don't have a smell. At least I've never been told such.
A real
Can I
quick
try to
Vaush.
smell?
Yes.
I just
you
want to
can.
say,
Mhm.
this map looks oddly like a silhouette of your profile pic in Discord of that character. I forget the name.
Does it?
Just wanted to throw that out there. A little bit.
That's kind of like with the TV type
Oh,
thing.
of Conti with like the TV head and stuff.
Yeah, I just don't know the name of the character.
Dude, it's that. That's
Yeah,
the like fucking meta meme. I'm getting like the mimetic plague. I'm sending it through into all the drawings that I do. You know, it's consuming me.
The meme I was gonna do is the Silver Sea is the souls of every person that liberals think died from communism.
That's so many people.
Trillions of bajillions of people have died from communism. according
Infinite.
to the liberals. Infinite. An infinite sea of deaths. That was gonna be my meta meme.
Were you rolling to smell, Hen?
Yeah.
Do your smell roll.
What do I roll to smell?
That would
It's the
probably
smell
be.
option.
Yeah, that would be the smell roll. Idiot.
Would it be perception
It'd be perception.
or investigation? Probably not investigation.
I want to just ask her if I can smell her.
Clip it.
I asked as well, so I'm just going to smell too.
All right.
Nothing changed.
I am happy to say to both of you that she does not, in fact, have a smell.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
All right, let's move on.
Excuse me, my lady. Do you mind if I get a little closer and try as well?
I absolutely mind. Yes, I value my personal space very much.
Oh, I'm sorry, lass.
That's okay. You know, I'm not bothered by the curiosity. I completely understand. Weird chat for the smellers.
My girlfriend just weird champed me in chat.
Oh, Well, whatever the case may be, we're waiting on a few of my friends to show up from a scouting regiment. Until that time, would you be interested in any form of recreation? Food or water, perhaps?
Well,
What-
if we've got a
what do
while
you-
to stay, what do you have?
What do
Every
you-
food morsel that I was aware of back when I was alive.
Well, there was once a time, must have been 5 years ago, I had this amazing roasted pig, and I've never been able to taste something as good as that again in my life. Do you think you could use your magic to conjure that up?
I don't think I can't conjure the taste of the pig from your memory, but you know what? Here, let me give it a shot, huh? She does as such, and procures not a pig, mind you, but a plate with thin, even slices of roasted pig, arranged in a delicate and artistic fashion on the white plaster. Not plaster, sorry, the white china, and she hands it over to you.
Thank you, milady. Can I try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I try it. How does it taste?
Actually, it tastes pretty fucking bland. It's not real meat.
Vegan friendly.
Lass, this tastes kind of strange. What is it?
Oh, I can't conjure flesh, so I gave the next best thing.
What is the next best thing?
Oh, you know, mushrooms, tomato blend, spices, a little bit of sawdust.
Thank you, lass. I turn around where she cannot see me, and I slowly unroll my tongue and open my mouth and let the ball of meat I was chewing just kind of fall out of my mouth and fall on the ground underneath the table.
It turns to mist when it hits the
Is there a
ground.
dog around to feed it to?
I'm afraid there is no skeleton dog in the vicinity.
Shit.
I want to ask her a question when I
Mhm.
get the chance.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll say, what do you do around here for entertainment or recreation, like you said?
Usually martial contests. Most of the people who serve the Raven Queen are quite strong, so we like to test that out. Also, we can't die, so, you know, the typical consequences of failure in a martial sport are alleviated somewhat. We pay with time, not our lives. We paid those a long time ago. Apart from that, though, I'm pretty good at Mahjong. Do you like Mahjong?
I've never heard of that.
I
When
can
I
teach you the rules.
played it,
Are you
maybe.
asking me or saying?
no, I'm asking.
You're
Like how popular of a
Yanti.
game
You
that
tell
is.
me if you've played it.
I'll say I have.
Oh, there you go.
Pirates are usually more into like card games, dice games, stuff like that, right?
Do you have a preference? I can make any card deck, any bones, any dice, whatever you prefer. We've got a few hours to kill.
Well, I do
Hey,
love
Xander.
me a good card game.
We could play some dice if you wanted to do that.
Aye, sounds good to me.
Xander and I crouch in a corner with some dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine. Leave me out of it.
Yeah, fuck
Hen,
this bitch.
Anybody
again.
can join us if you want to play.
Hen, Exilia.
It's a requirement that you crouch with us, though. It's custom.
Hen,
we
You
play
must
on the
follow the
floor.
pirate code.
Hen, Exilia.
Mhm.
Well, they're playing dice. Can I show you something?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. She gets up from the table and makes a gestural flourish at the tent wall at the far end, which causes it to dissipate into white smoke, and beckons the two of you to come with her. She doesn't like give you a look or anything. She just sort of walks out casually.
I mean, I'll follow.
Yeah, same. I'll follow right behind Hen.
After the two of you are out of the tent, the smoke rematerializes to form its back wall, and she looks out over the rest of the little tent camp that they have going on over there, which is again quite small and quite sparse. It's nice looking, they gave it the Ritz treatment with how the everything looks, but it's it's quite small, and there are very few people out. The canyon that they've built their little tent camp into sort of runs out until it flattens at sea level and leads out into the ocean, meaning that at even a reasonably tall person can see the ocean out some 1,000, 2,000 feet off into the distance. And the Silver Sea is beautiful. It really is. Anyhow, she looks to the two of you and she says, hey, anyway, sorry to get you away from the boys. I was just a little bit curious. Again, I don't get to talk to mortals that often. How are things going up there with regards to the, men being... Is there a word for this?
Would we know the word? Or I assume she's asking about sexism. Is she? Is the word? I don't know. Is the word sexism like a thing in D&D, or is that what she's asking?
I don't think the word sexism would have been used back then, but I'm pretty sure the sentiment existed.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. What would the word be?
I don't know. You'll have to go with it.
Okay.
Yes, they do tend to still be like that, it seems.
Was it? Well, I know you weren't around when I was around, but, I was one of the slave girls. Is it any better than it was back then?
Some areas may be better than others, but as far as I know, yeah, we're not that much better.
Yeah, definitely still slavery out there.
It's nice, though. It really does all even out once you're dead. I know that's not much comfort now that you're alive, of course. It feels like everything ends after you're dead, but really, it really all does cease to mean much of anything, past a certain point. Just a little roadblock.
Yes, how do you know how long you've been here? Is the time between here and the material plane comparable?
It wavers. Ever since Kronos was taken from us, which happened a very long time ago, again, the time between the different planes hasn't been kept consistent. It used to be a 1-to-1 ratio, every plane to every other plane at all times, with the exception, of course, of the Far Realm, but I don't know what they're doing. But for everyone else, it was 1-to-1. Now, there's wavering gaps. It's entirely possible that I suppose in empirical time, you would have been here for around 30 minutes to an hour now. It's possible that in that time, 6 to 12 hours have passed in the material plane. We have no way of knowing. It's also possible hardly any time has passed at all. The only time that time is consistent between the planes is when you're looking directly through the portal, which makes it seem as though time is stabilized when two different planes are being observed by the same person. Which is strange, because our planes are so large, you'd think that at any given point in time, there would always be at least one person. I don't know. I've been here for around 20,000 years.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, certainly a lot longer than most, if not all, mortals. Save maybe some elves?
No. Not save some elves, I'm afraid. It's fine,
Okay,
I've never lived that long.
It's
If enough time has passed, I'm sorry. We finished playing dice in chat, so whenever you think.
you can totally head out. Yeah. Do you want to head out to rejoin them?
Yeah, whenever you think would be an appropriate time for us to arrive.
Yeah. You guys can be walking up at this point, I think.
Xanderhal tore Kazooie a new one.
Not true. It was 1 to 2.
No, it was serious. I absolutely bent him over.
In-universe
it's not like it was
argument.
A 3-0. Chill out. 1 to 2.
And you approach the three, Adha and Hen Exilia, as Adha's saying, It's totally fine. I mean, it's all voluntary, 20,000 years seems like a long time, but if I ever wanted to, I could just give up on it and go to the Silver Sea. When I died, I was strong of will, and as most strong-willed people are given the option, I decided to serve with the Raven Queen for a little bit, and things went well, and I helped out, and I stuck around, and now I'm a commander, and I'm one of the oldest around, as servants of her go. And it's been a while since I've been to the material plane. I often wonder how things are going there.
What would happen if you tried to go?
It's one of the few things we're actually disallowed from doing. I could go. There's nothing physically stopping me from doing so. I don't think so, at least. But if I did go, then it would make the Raven Queen really cross, because she's very up on keeping a boundary set between the living and the dead, respecting the sanctity of the two planes, such like that. So I'm pretty sure I'd be marked for death. A re-death, a permanent death this time in the Silver Sea. I don't think she would send me to any of the lower planes, though. No hell for me. She's very nice,
Is your position what allows you to look like this? Or did you die looking like this?
No, I died when I was 14, actually. No, I chose to look like this. After a while, you're given some autonomy when it comes to shaping yourself after your death. In the service of the Raven Queen, most people choose to abandon their mortal forms. I keep some facsimile of it. But there are servants of the Raven Queen that take abstract forms that wouldn't even be perceptible to your eyes. You'd have to be like me to see them. They're still quite strong, mind you. I just rather like looking like this. She reaches her arms up and just sort of wistfully looks at the raggedy cloth that dangles behind them.
Real quick, what area did Xander and I just walk into with all these guys?
Oh, she's just in an open, just sort of an open expanse between two tents that overlooks the rest of the camp.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna do some hanging out, meditating,
Sweet.
yoga poses.
Neat, cool.
I'll give a response. I'll say, I have always wondered what it would be like to be able to change my form, but I hope to discover before death, I would say.
Hold on a second. OOC question. Does she look 14?
No, she looks like an adult.
2,000-year-old bug lolly. Thank you.
Yeah, because I was about to say, didn't I try to like...
No, she looks like an adult. I wouldn't do you like that. Though I can't help but notice you didn't actually ask whether or not she looked like an adult before going.
You know, I didn't, and I need to keep that in mind from now on. I just automatically
this was a warning to you, Pig Puncher. This was a test.
Yep. You almost got me on that one. One of these days.
Fake women respecting.
One of these days.
I've got a game idea that's a little bit more fun than dice.
I mean, we had a blast, but okay, go on.
Do you want to commandeer one of those cars of theirs?
They're what?
That doesn't seem like much of a game. It's kind of like more Grand Theft Auto, no?
The middle rectangles, the ones with the wheels. They call them cars.
Aye, well, what would you need them for? Is it dangerous to steal them?
Well, yes, of course, but it's also fun to drive them.
But you've driven one before.
And I assure you that even with that experience, that's the joy has not been lost on me in the slightest.
Aye, well.
Quickly, would any of us have come across cars before? How common are they on?
No.
Okay, so it's right for us to do like what?
Well, she described a vehicle a little while ago while you were in the tent.
Yeah, the rectangular
Yes,
shape
but
thing,
it's not like we've seen them before.
Yeah. It might be useful to have one of those when we storm the facility. Would you like to go and try and get one?
Yeah, if it's going to be useful, I think anything that we could use.
All right.
Well, I may be 6'4", fully fucking tatted, 256 pounds, 5% body fat, but I can't fight that giant that keeps circling that facility. But if we can get our hands on one of those cars without fighting that thing, then perhaps it shall be worth it.
Should be able to. Look. She conjures the map in front of her again. We're right here, and the mountain obscures us from view, right? But on the far side of the mountain opposite the shore that we're currently on, they have something of a track out here. They use it to, test the veracity and effectiveness of their little mechanical doobobs that they're building over that facility. If we can go over there, we might be able to find some lightly guarded pieces of machinery.
What do you think, lads?
It's been a while since I've done something like this. I think I could.
I don't know about Xander, but I'm no stranger to crime. Might as well. If you think it'll benefit us in the long run.
Well, I'd be a pirate as well. It won't be the first. It won't be the first, and it won't be the last vehicle I've stolen.
That's the spirit, and this one's much faster than boats. I promise you that. Unless you've been, unless, and I will admit this, boats may have gotten much faster since I last, used one. But I imagine not. All right.
Aye, not unless the wind's gotten faster.
Come with me then, please. And she begins to hastily run out of the camp and towards the flattened out sort of the edge of the canyon that the tents are built into.
I follow.
Yeah, I'm running.
Kazooie!
Mm-hmm. I've been following the fuck. That was out of character.
Say yes. Kazooie, I love that you can fly, and I would love it if you could fly, but I'm afraid you're going to have to hold on it for a little while, because once we get past the mountains, if you fly and you're seen, I think we're all shit out of luck. So
I don't fly very often unless I definitely need to. Unless
I admire
I'm
your
in a safe
restraint.
space. So.
I'd be flying all the time if I could.
Yeah, well.
What's happening, Hen?
What do you mean, what's happening?
You linked a spell.
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
I just clicked it because I was trying to read through all my shit again.
All right, just making sure. Adha begins to run out of the camp at a fairly reasonable pace, and as she does so and runs ahead of the rest of you, you notice that her feet are not even touching the ground as she moves. She just sort of pushes off a light cushion of air just a few millimeters above the sand every time she moves forward. It doesn't look altogether that different from running, mind you, but there's a certain grace and airiness with which she moves. The rags of white billow behind her and catch on the light, shore winds as she runs along the side of the outcropping of the mountain that obscures her little tent camp from view, until after maybe 2 minutes, she brings the four of you to the edge of the mountain's outcropping, the edge of where your sight lines are obscured from the facility. And she peeks around it and sort of gestures for the four of you to do so as well.
All right, what do we see?
Roll perception.
All right, perception.
I am
time.
very perceptive.
You are. That is pretty perceptive. That is also pretty perceptive. That is not perceptive. Exilia leans forward, but not far enough to see past the mountain, so you're just looking at the rock.
I'll pretend.
Yeah, I'll make
study.
Holy Xanderhal!
What do your elf eyes see?
Xanderhal, elven eyes, unnecessary. It's a drow, the Chad drow eyes. Your enormously thick neck peeks out from the side of the rock, and you look out at the facility, and you see a great many things. The facility is, well, its construction defies your imagination, but I can describe it quite plainly. There's a massive barbed wire fence that runs along the outside perimeter of a factory which is producing things that are now somewhere in between the late 19th and early 20th centuries in terms of technological development. you see a cavalcade of military-style vehicles rolling down a roadway that runs from one facility to a hangar. You see a cavalcade of people, some of which their clothing quite recognizable to you. It's the citizens of Mordhill, traveling to and fro, manning the facilities, working the factory, dedicating themselves to the construction of the war machine, each and every one of them with a gun on their person. And above it all, you see the amphitheater, the massive semicircular Hollywood Bowl dome that overlooks everything else, from which the eminent, omnipresent drumbeat and orchestral soundtrack play. The conductor, a tiny, tiny figure, even at his size, at now a mile and a half away from you, overseeing all of it. At present, the giant is not visible, but the facility is enormous. And Adha turns back towards the four of you, and she says, "Okay, I don't actually need to whisper because they're very far away and they play very loud music, but I feel like doing it anyway. For moving forward without being seen, what do you think would be better? Do you think a big cloud wall or digging into the earth? What? Devise a scenario for me."
Well, the best thing I could think of would be if it was possible to just be invisible, but from what I saw a lot of things moving still, things I've never seen anything like before. Who knows what kind of instruments of surveillance they have? There may be no way to sneak in effectively.
That's entirely possible. What do you think, Kazooie?
That's a good question. I've had to think on that. I'll have to think a little bit. You could ask Hen. She got a good view as well.
Hen, I was looking forward to asking you.
Unfortunately, I don't have any cloaking spells I can offer up. What is the area between us look like again? What is it? Just open?
So the area that she is describing presently is the free space that gives line of sight to the facility before reaching the car track. So that would be this line right here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and I'm asking what that looks like, unless I already missed the description.
Oh, it's a free and flat space.
Okay, so like there's not really a way to sneak is what. Okay. Yeah. Do you Adha have a way to get us underground?
Oh, of course, I have many ways of getting us across. I was just curious what you guys wanted to do.
Well, you know this place better than we do. Perhaps we should go with what you think is best.
We could perhaps try something like we could move underground while creating a diversion above. Draw some attention away for a little bit, but we run the risk of, increasing eyes looking.
I think if we could just silently pass under the earth, that would probably be most convenient, but I do not know what Adha has up her sleeve.
We can go under the earth.
I would, it sounds like we have a plan.
Good, let's do it.
Under the earth it is.
Hold on then. Adha looks at the free space in front of her, the perhaps 1,000 or so, maybe 1,500 feet of completely open, exposed, unprotected land to be crossed, and she does a thonkers. She gives her face the classic L-shaped hand, thumb, forefinger formation to indicate to signal deep thought. She gives herself, the thonkers treatment and looks out before snapping her fingers and beginning to mutter under her breath while waggling her fingers in the aforementioned evocative fashion. And the ground beneath your feet begins to sift. You're standing on sand, but it's pretty tightly compacted sand over here, you know? It's like that sand that if you like kick it, it comes apart like in hard clumps, almost like you're like attacking a fragile brick. And she begins to conjure coalesced earth beneath your feet, a whipping, not maelstrom so much as a subtle little whirlpool of sand. Where there was once a strong, unyielding earth, there is now weak, soft, loose sand, and she lets go of the little poof of air between her foot and the ground and sinks herself waist deep into the sand before looking up at the four of you and saying, "We can go like this?"
I don't think we know how to do that.
"Oh no, I'll do it for all of you. Here, come on in." She smacks the ground with her hand, and instantly the sand gives way beneath your feet as well.
So, like, when I fall in, how high up? Like, am I fully submerged in sand, or am I like waist deep?
Think non-Newtonian fluid, waist deep.
Okay. If I go any, well, Ada, if I go in any deeper, will I suffocate under the sand? I am still living after all.
Oh, not needing to breathe is the easiest thing in the world. They taught me that when I was living here. She snaps her fingers, and all of you are freed for periods of up to 10 minutes and need to breathe.
Well, shit.
Okay.
Well,
Just don't breathe, forehead.
Yeah, if you're underwater, like a mile underwater and drowning, just don't breathe, Fivehead. You'll never, then you can't drown. Sorry, I was gonna ask you a question.
She dives into the loose sand and kicks forward, causing a rift of hard rock to break apart into loose sand in a line in front of her some 100 feet. And then you see the sand begin to sort of what do you call it, like shift above her as she moves forward through it.
So to get an idea,
I will shrug and follow.
Yes.
Wait, so to get a descriptive idea of what's happening here, she has created like a pit where the sand was like a non-Newtonian, like very, very just like, almost like water. And so now we're going to go under it and swim through the sand underground.
Yeah,
Is that
she's
what we're doing?
liquefied the sand in a line in
Okay.
front of her, essentially.
All
Just
right,
don't
I
eat
say, I say, well, looks like I'm gonna be pulling the sand out of my crack for a week, and I dive under and start swimming.
the fuck.
Kazoo, are you going for
I'll
it?
follow behind Xander.
Gotcha.
I've swum a couple times in my life. Being a pirate, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it really does feel like swimming through thick water, honestly. Now, obviously, the inherent inconvenience of sand is still very much in effect here. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. You know how it goes. It is not like water in that respect, but all the same, moving through it quite a bit easier than normal sand.
I figured it'd be easier to get off your body as well then.
We can
You'd be
only hope.
surprised.
The 10 minutes is actually quite a lot of time for reasonably athletic people trying to move forward in the line. Can the four of you actually make athletic checks?
Sure.
No.
What about acrobatics?
Yeah, go for it if you want to.
I'll take that.
Mm.
Shit.
Wait, so athletics or acrobatics?
Either or works for it.
Okay. Ooh, actually, no.
Hey, pretty good across the board. Holy shit, nobody fucked up.
We're all
Thank God.
doing it.
Nobody drowned.
Most have cut off 12 or 11.
Extraordinarily. Without hiccup, the four of you are actually able to make it across about 1,500 feet, maybe 2,000 feet at the most, of liquefied sand lines. They're basically doing the breaststroke, through this in the 10 minutes, which is, I think, pretty well within, like a person swimming through water could make it during that time. Definitely, sand's maybe a little harder. Kazui's probably not the best swimmer, but hey, I mean, acrobatic check is acrobatics
You know about
check.
the way I swim, motherfucker.
You said you swam
I'm
a few
pirate,
times.
the fuck? Yeah, I was being facetious.
Oh, I
water
interpreted
for a
it
while as a
sincerely.
pirate, sir.
All right, my
Good
bad.
Lord.
Are your feathers hydrophobic, like a duck?
No, it's probably not necessary for it to be.
Oh, duck Kazooie would
And
be
also
so
it sands
cute.
anyway.
You just
It's
like
sand
floating
anyway.
on top of the water.
Does that mean he's afraid of water?
I was asking out of
To move
character,
on.
but,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, you're
I was
not
doing
asking
the-
while swimming through the sand and getting like a
No.
fuck ton of sand
Yeah,
straight
and
in
not
your throat?
eating. Well, I'm fine. I have a plague doctor mask. That
Oh,
covers
that's
my
true. Yeah,
whole
you're
face. I'm
actually
okay.
safe. You can
I'm
fucking
chilling.
talk all you want. Anyway.
I was doing a joke. I was doing a meme.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, we couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
that was just me, man.
I thought you were being serious. After a truly unnecessary length of time making it across this expanse, you actually arrive over here on the far end of the fucking open space. The line of sand traveled just far enough, giving you about 10 minutes of time you needed to make it across without popping your head up along the way. And after you can feel you're reaching the end of this line of sand, because it starts to get like thicker and thicker with time. And originally, like, you feel like you're doing a good breaststroke, and then you have to like actually start digging your hand into the material in front of you to start moving, until it becomes evidently clear you're not in magical sand anymore. You're actually in the regular shit. Do you pop up then?
Wait, at what point are
I'll
we?
pop
Can
up
you
when
ping the
she
map again?
pops up.
You would be right here.
Wait, so we
Okay.
started closer to the camp, right? And the line that we've traveled is like across that.
Yeah, you started
opening?
right here.
It's like
and
that.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So we had to just sort of avoid what like their line of sight there to get to this little hill.
Yeah, it's like in World of Warcraft. Okay, you have to control the aggro.
Okay, yeah, gotcha, fan. All right, I turned forward, or Xanderhal turns forward, where Adha should be, and I say, you think it's safe to come up now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably. She sort of elegantly twirls, like just sort of spins around, letting the sand around her and the rags, to her, spin about like in almost a ballerina fashion as she moves out from the sand and sort of pops out to land gracefully on the hard rock beside it. And then she reaches a hand down to help anyone else out who wants up.
I take her hand and I take her hand as I get out of the sand.
I take Xander's hand as he gets out of the sand.
I'll take Kazui's.
Oh shit, I guess we're all chaining. All right, I'll take Exilia's.
Very
Aw.
graceful.
Okay, Adha, with incredible strength, helps to pull out 4 people. She, it's like the fucking clown, like fucking tied
Yeah.
handkerchief out of the throat. She pulls one of you out. It's like, Jesus Christ, you people are heavy. And then the whole team.
How yoked is she?
I mean, she's quite thin, but she's obviously very, very strong.
Yeah, clearly. I'm fucking 6'4". Like, yeah, you know.
Well, you didn't challenge
say
her
it
to
again,
arm
I forgot.
wrestling as a game. That would have been a worthwhile challenge, I think.
All right.
Anyway, you're on the far side of the smaller mountain now, and the portion that you're about to enter is actually unmarked on the map. So limited is their knowledge of this place, because reaching here requires, passing this. Wait, why am I saying this? She can say this. We haven't actually had much of a chance to fully scout out this place because, of course, getting over here means crossing line of sight with the facility, and I can get over here just fine from time to time, but even doing that's a little risky. The only reason I feel comfortable doing this right now is because hopefully by day's end we should be in the camp, for better or worse.
Aye, so they can't smell us then.
Well, they can't smell me, no. They could probably smell you.
Oh, well, that's not
Certainly
good.
hope you had a shower since that last incident, Xander.
Well, any bit of stink that was on me has now been rubbed off thoroughly by the sand.
Oh, that's a good point, because you are, at least you were, I haven't given you a sniff since, but you are a fairly smelly person, Xanderhal. That's not an insult, you're very strong, the muscles, it leaks sweat, you know how it is.
Aye. Thank you, my lady.
Kazooie and Hen are essentially odorless.
I'm a very
Makes
clean boy.
Sense.
And Exilia, you obviously take good care of yourself.
So am I just a disgusting pirate?
Yes.
I think if chat had to vote on who they thought would have the strongest odor, they would have picked you, okay? I think there's reasonable jurisprudence on this issue.
Yeah, probably.
It's the horny sweat constantly.
Oh yeah, every time I see a woman, it's just Zan sweaty.
The Coomer sweat. You know when you get that ball tickle and it's all the sweat beating at the base of the scrotum?
Yeah.
Because of the Coomer sweat?
Yes, same. Except
I hate you.
always.
When you get that strip of sweat like right on the taint.
Yep. Yeah.
The Coomer sweat.
I just want a coom.
Oh yeah, your emote is the fucking Sweatstony emote.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
Zan
that's
sweaty.
Zan Sweaty. Ah, good. That's good. Good synchronicity there. Anyway, Adha sort of leads you around the mountainside. It's actually beautiful. This is the closest you guys have been to the astral sea, after all, to the silver sea of the astral plane. Known to contain the dead. God knows how many dead. What, trillions? Everyone goes here. The only people who don't go to the silver sea are either those who ascend to godhood in the celestial plane, those who go to hell, demons and devils and what have you, or those who have elemental ties or ties to the Feywild, tree ants, fire elementals, that sort of stuff. The vast majority of living things, squirrels, for example, go here to the silver sea.
What about beings from the elemental plane of air, like my people would be from?
You are descendant of them and not of the plane itself directly, you would go to the Silver Sea. But an air elemental.
But what about like my relatives?
Your relatives, like air elementals?
Well, Aarakocra are from the airplane.
Yeah, the airplane.
Yeah,
they're in that plane.
There.
Right. They are there, but there is a tie to the material plane with them as well because they breed reproductively. They would go here. The ones that would return to the elemental plane would either be Aarakocra who have been touched by a deity, which happens not altogether too infrequently in the airplane, or air elementals. In that case, they would die and their spirits would coalesce in the elemental plane before being reborn.
Okay.
But it is the luckiest Aarakocra indeed who get to experience that honor.
That'll be me.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking goal, right? Like to become detached from the earthly cycle of death and of life and death, and just to live as an elemental. That's sick.
Xanderhal is a consciousness. Sounds like something a monk would be into.
Xanderhal.
Yeah, don't monks already do that?
You can
if you get to the level.
Yeah,
I think
he can double do that.
Yee boy.
Xanderhal has the much more magnificent goal of just respecting women. That's all he wants.
True. That is true. Anyway, Adha leads around, and as you pass by the far end of the mountain range, right over here, and finally get a look around on what's the other side, you see, I guess, what's missing from the map. You can see, everything. A large chunk of the land has been flattened out industrially. No more of the sort of natural, tides and ebbies of sand. It's all been flattened pretty much down to the inch. There have been tracks that have been built running along the. I will doodle. There are tracks that have been built running along the far end of the flattened area, along with depots that are stored along the mountainside, and you can see cars lined up. These strange rectangular contraptions on the far side of the track, along with, mind you, people there. As soon as you all take a look at this and sort of take note of your surroundings, Adha freezes up a little bit and sort of slowly moves back behind the mountain.
I
I
follow
will
behind her.
perceive that, and I'll make sure to be hidden as well.
I follow her to hide with her.
Yeah.
Take cover.
So,
Also, real quick, so we're on a mission to get a car. When we get that, are we going to have to drive it all the way back? Like Mad Max?
are you asking?
Yeah,
me
we're
that or her
Mad
that?
Maxing it. We're Mad Maxing the
That's
fuck
what I'm
out of
hoping.
this.
I call driver.
Can't you and Conure drive because you have proficiency in vehicles as a pirate?
Oh,
or am
shit.
I
He
misremembering?
can
Well, that's
get
usually
shotgun.
just water vehicles.
Oh,
Does
we
it
we
specifically
can.
say?
It says water vehicles, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well,
I mean, I
Maybe
could just
maybe
fly
this
it.
baby's
I'll-
amphibious. You don't
Maybe
know.
I can't go that fast, though. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'll drive. Conure can ride shotgun.
Anyway,
I want
you were
shot.
saying? Mr. Vaush, man.
What Adha was saying was, shit. Did you see that that totem they had out by the depot with the with the machines?
What?
I didn't.
What kind? I want to take a look. I'm gonna roll perception. Take
go
a look
for
to
it.
see what she's talking about.
Zoe's not getting shit.
I ain't seen shit. Oh,
Oh,
my
shit.
god, Exilia leveled up.
Oh my!
Oh,
Oh
shit.
shit!
Xander.
Xanderhal.
What am I elf eyes see, motherfucker?
Xanderhal peeks around. Exilia, you got the beat. But then Xanderhal peeps out and pushes your head down with his left hand to supplant you. Xander sees Hall, looks out, and you see lined up amongst the vehicles. There are a number of acumen nearby, mechanics tools, what have you, like spare parts, that kind of stuff. But amongst them is a large totem, maybe 8 feet tall, it's made out of wood and it's staked into the ground, and there are massive black feathers, raven's feathers, that have been sashed around it with a hemp cord, and at the top of it is a bulb of pitch that is burning. It is a ward in the in the makery of the Raven Queen's aesthetic.
Hey, what is it, Ada?
Oh, that's a ward. I can't get anywhere near that thing. They'll know I'm here.
What about us?
You all would be fine. I mean, the people there would be able to, see you if they saw you. But it wouldn't be like, an immediate sound the alarm situation. We can back off if you want to, or do the 4 of you want to continue?
Could we destroy the ward?
Yes. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you should be able to. There shouldn't be any protections on it. Why would they put protections on it, right? If we got close enough to destroy it, then it would have gone off anyway. They don't expect anyone else here.
Aye, but wouldn't destroying it cause a fuss? Or do we just have to slightly and unnoticeably damage it?
I'm not sure. Well, the track is visible to the facility, but the depot with the cars is pretty close to the mountainside. If it was destroyed, would they know immediately? Probably not. Would they find out before my friends get back here and we're able to storm the facility, though? That I'm not sure about. It's up to you guys. The car could end up being really useful, but it depends on when we'd end up storming the facility.
Would it take anything special to destroy the ward?
No, not even magic. Honestly, just a firm kick. It has to be standing upright for it to work, or it's a shit ward.
Aye, what if I just climbed it and tore off some of the feathers? Surely it would stop working then and wouldn't look like it was tampered with from afar.
That's actually
You'd
a
have to
really
make
good
sure
idea.
that you don't get spotted by the people that are there, but...
Well, if we're gonna kick it down, then they're going to see us anyway. Surely me ripping out a few feathers and tampering with it is a bit more stealthy than just kicking it down.
Might I suggest something?
Aye.
Let me just ask out of character because I'm not really actually sure. Alexi, can you turn into animals yet?
I think so. Hold on.
Thanks for the
Sniff.
nose blow.
Sniff.
Hey, I was muted on Streamlabs OBS's side. You just informed stream that I blew my nose. Thanks. I was keeping it stealthy.
Okay. I didn't know.
Can I get some sniffs in chat?
Yes.
Yeah,
ma'am?
I can turn into stuff. Yeah, I can turn into a couple animals.
Are there animals in the astral plane?
There are no animals in the astral plane.
Okay, yeah. I was like, it'd probably still look weird if there was an animal fucking with that. They'd probably know it was a druid.
No. Yes, along the
But-
silvery sea of the infinite dead. Oh shit! It's a duck. Hey, why is this
Why
duck
is there a
sabotaging our magical defenses?
Why is there a squirrel climbing that totem?
What the fuck is a squirrel?
I mean, it could buy some time.
No, they know what a squirrel is, surely. If they know what
Doubt
a
it.
squirrel, if they know what a duck is, they know what a squirrel is.
Well,
But do they know what a hamster is?
Oh
They
shit!
know, they know what a kangaroo is.
Nobody
That
knows
would
what
be
a
a good
kangaroo is. There are no kangaroos in fantasy.
Damn.
Yeah, because Australia isn't real even in fantasy.
Dude, that
Yeah,
would be
exactly. Australia is already a fantastical place.
that would be
Yeah.
sick though if it was like a D&D campaign set in like fantasy fucking Australia.
Yeah,
so
that'd be
it's
crazy.
all
The Great Emu
kangaroos and
War.
wallabies and koalas and didgeridoos and boomerangs and shit.
Well, it would be burning.
The didgeridoo is, I think,
it'd
the
be
coolest
burning.
exotic animal from that area.
Yeah, the didgeridoo is they're really cute. I don't think
Yeah,
they're I think they're exotic pets. You can't get them in Washington.
Yeah, very interesting animal, Conure.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the plan, lads?
I can't
let me ask again. Are there people around the ward?
so from what you can see from Pig Puncher's critical fucking 25 or whatever perception roll, I'll be specific. There are 3 cars along with assorted parts and mechanical instruments and tools and repair parts that you can't identify or recognize or use in the slightest. 3 of them parked stationary in a depot on the far side of the track closest to you. There are 2 people there, both of whom appear to have been from Mordhill, that are just vaguely in the area. It doesn't even look like they're doing anything.
How
The
far
to-
away is that?
That would be about maybe 600 or 700 feet away from
okay.
you. And the 2 people are milling about. The totem is maybe 30 feet away from the cars, beyond it. So you would have to pass the cars to get to the totem.
Aye. Well, I suppose one of us should go fuck with it then.
I can't get any closer. Actually, we're lucky it hasn't gone off at this distance. I can stay and provide moral support.
Xander and I are probably the stealthiest. I probably couldn't fly. That'd be even more
Well,
easy sight if I was on the ground. But I do believe Xander's faster.
I be a rogue, so if anyone's gonna do it, it's gotta be me.
How do you plan on
I'll
dealing
say-
with those 2
Oh.
humans?
Well, if they start some shit, I'll knock their asses out.
Okay, okay.
Should we all move in and have
Let me-
Xander keep going past us to the ward?
Let me ask you. I think. I'll turn to Exilia then and ask. Can't you turn into something small and fast? Get there. Mess with the ward. You get in the car, and then we just go from there. You can.
Well, how do we make sure the car starts when she gets in it? I don't even know how that would work, so I don't.
Oh,
that's
I
right.
do not. I don't know.
So so when I used one of their vehicles, they had a depot out here that they didn't have protected with that ward. If it's anything similar to the one that I used, there's a pedal. There's a button you press with your foot. Inside of the rectangle, inside of it, there are seats, and in the front right seat, facing for
And
one
before the person who goes and grabs it drives it into the fucking Silver Sea.
one of the seats will have a circle in front of it, and that's a wheel. It's called a steering wheel, and it's different from the wheels that drive the car, and I'm going to call it the wheel. And you get in that seat, and then there is a button you press with your foot down on the left-hand side of the cabin beneath the seat, and you hold that down, and then there's a button that you press adjacent to the steering wheel, which will be in front of you, and that starts the smoke maker in the back of the vehicle, and from that point, the vehicle is turned by turning the wheel in front of you, and
Kazooie's just preening his feathers right now.
you make it go forward with another one of the foot buttons, which is the one that is furthest up from the ground, and on your right-hand
I
side...
do believe that there has to be a way that we can perhaps internalize this information, whoever's going to go, perhaps on a piece of parchment or something.
Of course.
And then we'll hand it off to you by the time we get out of the ward's range.
Here, let me write down some instructions. Here. She coalesces, though it takes her noticeably longer to produce, a small piece of parchment and an inkwell pen that has already been dipped in ink. And she tries to hold it and write it on her hand, but parchment plus ink plus hand doesn't go that well. So she says, can I use one of your backs, Xanderhal?
My what?
Your back, your large muscular back. Can I use it, please?
I may. I bend over and I let her write on my.
Yeah, she puts the parchment on your back and starts to, in beautiful handwriting, mind you, beautiful, tiny, but very, very legible cursive, starts to write out instructions in common for beginning, for essentially how to start a car, before blowing on it to, dry out the ink, and handing it over to you, Exilia.
This test seems about as lax as NA driver's qualifications, so we should be fine.
Hey, I'm a good driver.
Oh yeah, I would also like to point out that as she is writing that, the mere fact that a woman is touching Xanderhal
Immediately explodes in his pants.
Well, he is sweating. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's quivering. He's quivering as she's writing. She's just trying to keep the handwriting steady while he's emptying his prostate directly into the leather codpiece.
He hasn't coomed just yet. Not just yet.
On the cusp.
On the cusp, though. He's getting edged.
Okay. Anyway, after she's handed it off to Exilia, she looks to the four of you and says, "All right, good to go then?"
Is there any
that the
advantageous position
plan?
that we could be in, just in case Exilia gets in a little bit of trouble? I don't want to leave her out to dry.
Such as what?
I was just curious if anybody had any ideas. You seem to be more familiar with the area than we are, so...
Only marginally. I only came across this island after they set up camp, after all.
Because my problem is, if we're all the way on this side of the mountain, and Exilia has to go all the way out into where the ward is and get the car, if she's found out there, it's probably not going to be too good. How long would it take for us to travel this distance if we needed to get to her?
Well, it's about 800 feet to the area where most of the relevant stuff is. So 800 feet would probably take you in the ballpark of maybe 2 minutes to travel if you're moving quickly, or up to 5 minutes if you're trying to remain stealthy.
That's not too bad. It's still not good, though.
I would love to help, but... Oh, Jesus. Oh, gods. I almost forgot. She snaps her fingers and removes the breathing spell from the rest of you. Not only can I not go close, my magic can't either, or the alarms will sell. Okay, right.
How do I ping the map, by the way?
Just hold click on it.
Well, actually, I guess I could just draw, huh?
Sweet.
So, like, we're right here, right?
No, you are... Yeah, you're right here, yes.
Okay. Is there any way anywhere on this side of the mountain that we can still not be in sight range? So maybe some of us could be a little bit closer to Exilia before she makes the trip.
Not moving east, no. But if you moved this way along the mountain, the smaller hills, see, along this side, that would potentially give you cover moving up to that area.
Because my idea would be that, so Ada has to stay here. Hen would likely stay around here. I'm not too sure. If anybody's going to be out there, the fastest ones are me and Xander. And I can fly, though, not as quickly, I guess.
And I have the best stealth.
Yeah, so Xander could be closest, if as close as possible, and I could be in the midway point. And Hen would be in the back with Ada to assist, should anything go awry.
Yeah, that also provides you cover from line of sight from the camp for a little while longer.
So
yeah, I'm in heavy armor. I have a disadvantage to stealth.
Yeah. So we could try that plan if I'll convey that in Kazooie speak. Crikey, cheerio. Yeah, all right. So is
cheerio,
that cool,
mate.
everybody?
I think we should go this way, huh? Do you have like the Tracer accent and everything?
No. I have the accent.
This is deeply offensive.
Struggling
I want
to
it
speak
known.
No, you
The
sound
bongers
like
everywhere are pissed. It's fine. So is everybody cool with that kind of plan? Xander will be closest to where Exilia would be. I'll be in the midway point, and then Hen and Ada, you guys will stay back here to support, just in case anything seems to go awry.
I suppose I'm down.
Because then at that point, if we get the car, Exilia will make that trip over. Xander can jump in the car at that point if possible. And then if I need to, I can fly out or whatever if we're spotted. I assume once the car starts moving, people will become suspicious. So we'll have to be quick.
Hun?
Mm-hmm.
Ian, for the people who are around the totem, would the creatures here be considered elementals or undead? Like, what are they?
Well, the creatures that are over there are from the town of Mordhill, which means they would technically be undead because these are those who have been consumed by the plague and now live in the conductor's service.
Okay, then before Exilia goes, I would like to cast protection from good and evil on her.
Good plan.
All right, so Xander, if you and me want to make our stealth moves out.
All right, should I roll for it?
That's up to Vaush, really.
I want to see if I might be a tripping mess on my way over there, so let's see.
So who is just to be perfectly clear, who is doing what? Explain the plan. Kazooie, what are you up to?
I would think that Xander and I would move out at the same time. If I'll make Xander's option this one right here. And then I would come to right here.
Gotcha.
So we would move around the same time, and he would move out further. I would stop short.
Hen, what about yourself?
Aren't I waiting here? I have pretty heavy armor,
Okay.
so I worry about. I don't think I can move as quickly.
All right, Exilia.
I'm gonna turn into probably like a little chipmunk and scurry my way over there.
A-Y-A-Y-A.
To the ward to go fuck with it a little.
Will you be taking the same route as Kazooie and Xanderhal, or will you be beaming directly for it, trying to stay close to the mountainside?
I'm gonna just direct just as fast as possible.
Okay, then let's go for it.
I gotta go further.
Hen, you and Adha are on lookout. Kazooie and Xanderhal, you're going up the smaller hills to the
I
left
cast
side.
protection against good and evil on Exilia before she runs.
Beautiful. Exilia, you are going to be beaming directly for it, meaning you're probably going to arrive the fastest. So let's resolve this minute by minute. Minute 1 passes. Xanderhal, Kazooie, go! Exilia, you're chipmunking. You're going. All right. The plan is in action. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Where's my fucking god dice? Hold on. All right. I keep it in the bedroom. Why do I do that?
What a loser. What are you rolling for in the bedroom?
Listen, it's just my little lucky 20s, okay?
Roll for dick size, like chat was saying.
We'll just GM.
Imagine if that was a thing where, like, every time before you had sex, you had to roll dice to determine what your dick size would be for that instance of having sex.
That's hot. All right. Nothing of note occurs for the first 2 minutes that you're making your way up. You fucking move on up. Xanderhal and Kazooie, you're up to around here right now. And you, Exilia, because you can fucking beeline it, you are now up to around this point. Exilia, you have made it about 2/3 of the way to the encampment. Nothing looks any different from your perspective now. You still see the 2 Mordhill villagers who are milling around by the cars. You also have a closer look, not just at the depot, but at the separate facility, the one right over here, which is about 150 feet away from the rest of the cars. It looks like it's made out of scrap metal and wood. It looks pretty ramshackle, to say the very least. And also, the track directly connects into it, meaning it might be some kind of, and you wouldn't know the word for this, but let's just keep it simple, garage. Chapped lips. All right, I'm going to go again. Next minute. What are we doing? Okay. Things are staying fine. At this point, Kazooie, you've reached where you seem as though you're going to be staying for a time. As you've reached the second mountain range that you plan on staying at. Is that correct?
I'm just going to do a perception check to make sure my surroundings are okay.
Good idea.
Nothing weird going on.
Kazooie, you and Xanderhal arrive at this second hill on your way up to the one closest to the depot. You do a perception check, and you actually do see that things are different. Now that you are looking from the angle you're currently at, you actually see there is a 3rd Mordhill villager who was previously obscured by one of the cars. The cars are up on elevated patches of ground that have like ditches under them, which, again, using your knowledge of cars, are to allow repairs to be done on the underside of the car chassis. But it allowed to one of the Mordhill villagers being obscured. You see now this 3rd one. The 3rd one also just seems to be milling around. They don't seem to be doing anything like super extra special or anything like particularly noticeable.
How close in proximity are they to each other, roughly?
The 3rd
like
one...
if we were to engage them right now, hypothetically, would they be able to join up together?
The 2 that you originally saw are within 10 feet of each other. They're very close. The 3rd one is about 50 feet away on the far side of the farthest car. Each of which are about 20 feet apart. They're just doing their own
That's
thing.
more north, I would assume?
It is more to the, the one that you now see is more to the north. Correct.
Okay.
So the new one is over here, whereas the 2 that were previously seen were over here. More or less.
I certainly would hope that Xander would also make some sort of roll to figure shit out, since he has a better vantage point. But
at this moment,
I can't convey this information to anybody at this point.
Actually, at this moment, you and Xander are together, because Xander hasn't yet moved past to the 3rd hill.
I'll very silently whisper with my 20 stealth roll to Xander the information I've gained.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But Exilia is still in the dark then, because she's far away, right?
Exilia is still in the dark. And as we move into the next minute, Exilia, you are now going to be arriving. Damn. Exilia, my favorite chipmunk, you are now moving away from the mountainside. You are now adjacent to the depot. You are next to the cars. Nobody seems to have noticed you at this point. You're about 100 feet away from the 2 Mordhill villagers and about 70 feet away from the totem. What do you do?
Can I hear anything from the villagers? Do they speak at all?
They are not speaking at this moment.
I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna try to move straight for the ward. Try to climb up it.
Gotcha. Go for it. Make a stealth check to do so, because you'll be on open ground that will be visible to the villagers if they so choose to look.
Would she get advantage for being a tiny little chipmunk?
Oh, definitely, but it's not relevant here. A 16 passes, definitely. You are able to move at the right times, to stay close enough to the dips and curves of the ground, to hide behind the shadows of the cars. You are able to avoid sight from the 2 villagers and make your way to the base of the totem. Again, it's about 8 feet tall, wood, with the sort of raven iconography lashed around its top, and a fire of pitch burning above all of it. What do you do?
Burning above it, like there's like a
Oh no, like the
what's
top
word
of it
for
is
that?
soaked in pitch that's burning. It's not levitating above the rest of the totem.
Right. Okay. I wanna climb up it and try to spread that fire, try to knock the fire over onto itself, essentially.
Oh shit.
To get the entire ward burning.
Gotcha.
Wait, Exilia, or wait, didn't you say that it was that the feathers were wrapped on with hemp rope?
I did say that.
What if you maybe bit the hemp rope and like
Cheating?
pulled it up to the fire?
You're not there.
You wouldn't be able to convey
Alright.
this information.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to. All right.
When you
Fucking meta-
Metagaming pig puncher, dude.
When you climb up the totem, the raven feathers are lashed down with the hemp rope. The hemp rope is thick and rough. This isn't like a neat little corporate factory job, you know. Like this was made with shamanistic magic. Like this is some heavy, you know, like heavy, best as you do type of shit. The fire is burning from a pitch-soaked orb of wood that is carved out from the top of the totem. It's about the size of a doorknob, more or less, though the fire it produces is a violet hue. And the raven feathers are thickly lashed around it. The feathers are quite a bit larger than the feathers any actual raven would have on its body. So they're quite, perhaps maybe 16 inches long. What do you do?
I think I'm going to try to rip some of the feathers out and catch those individual feathers on fire. As I start ripping them out.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Make so you're going to like tug at the feathers with your like teeth? Oh, wait, I think you muted yourself.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you.
Oh, weird. I said I'm gonna try to rip them out with my teeth. Yeah, we'll see
Yeah,
see
cool.
how that works.
Yeah, here. Honestly, make a chipmunk strength check. Hold on, wait. D&D.
Oh yeah, see what strength chipmunks fucking have.
Yeah, let's see. You can just roll a d20. It looks like a squirrel. No, wait, this is for 3.5. Hold on. Dude, they deleted so much info off the internet pertaining to D&D 5e. It's fucked up.
Yeah, they did. Also, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
When I get a chance, can I chat with Adha while they're doing this?
Yes, absolutely. After this is resolved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I just rolling a d20?
It would be a 1d20 minus 4 would be the chipmunk roll. Okay, a 5 isn't going to do it. You ineptly tug at the raven feather for about 10 to 20 seconds without being able to wrest it free. That's not intrinsically a failure, just in this instance you have failed. About 20 seconds has been used. As you contemplate your options, one of the Mordhill villagers begins to lackadaisically walk more towards your direction.
Okay, so what we're gonna do instead is I'm gonna turn back into not chipmunk anymore. Exilia.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn back into my tiefling form while I'm on top of the ward.
Uh-oh.
That is going to be quite the shock.
Okay. Before you do that, because that's a game changer right there. Let's resolve Hen's conversation. Hen, go for it.
Sorry, I tried to open something and my computer like fucking broke.
Nice.
Okay, so I will turn to Adha. I guess we're just watching, right? Probably both just like nervously watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I will ask, so earlier you asked about my mask, and I can only assume you did so because you already know, or you are just curious yourself.
Of course I know. It's just been a while since I've seen a true Yuan-ti. I was just curious. I didn't mean to bother you.
No, it is. I guess I have simply never run across anyone who has seen someone like me, other than those at my temple when I was younger. I can show you. I just did not want to alarm my compatriots.
Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't mind that much, you know.
I'll just kind of shrug.
Well,
Better
Are-
safe than sorry.
Is Hen getting a lesbian story arc?
Yeah,
Essentially.
this bit, my wife in the astral plane.
well, go for
Hey,
it.
we're getting some representation.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I say. I don't know if she responds, but
She gives you a knowing and appreciative look to see if you'll move forward.
I guess I will. I'll do. I assume they're all busy. Nobody else is watching.
They are all definitely busy.
All right, then I will begin taking off my mask and pulling back the because she wears like swaddled clothes, like the swaddling.
As you're taking off your snaky clothes, she says, "It's Yuan-ti were a lot more common back in my day. My people are gone. Like completely.
Yes. Wait. What were your people?
Oh, we called ourselves the Lunar Elves, but we've been gone for a really long time. Not the Yuan-ti,
Would I have
though.
ever heard of the Lunar Elves?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Anyway, after you've removed your snaky clothes, she looks at your snaky face, which is very snaky, and she says, "God, oh, you people are so beautiful. I'm sorry, not you people, but you know what I mean. Just, it's a shame there were so few of you left."
Thank you. I guess it is a shame that there are so few of your people left as well, or maybe none.
Absolutely none. No, I ask every time. Well, I stopped asking a few thousand years ago, but I asked every time. They must be very well hidden indeed to have evaded the experiences and adventures of all the mortals I've spoken to over the centuries.
Would you like to describe Hen's head, or I guess should I?
No, you go for it.
Well, what has I guess been revealed to Adha is what is usually under Hen's cloaks and scars, which is just a massive like ball python snake head, like the big neck, which isn't for those who I guess are unfamiliar with Yuan-ti.
Snake.
It's a very unusual look, and probably one that most people would respond to with terror, considering you'd
Aren't there
probably
a
never
variety-
seen one before. But
Aren't there
I'm
a variety
glad
of
she
forms
likes
as
it.
well?
Huh?
Aren't there a variety of forms as well? Like
There
abominations and
are,
shit?
but I don't think I can change them.
Do you know which one you are?
Malison.
Okay.
I'm imagining
Snakehead Malison.
I'm imagining the snake things from Sen's Fortress from Dark Souls 1.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys were watching Vaush's gaming stream last night, which you should be, if not, you're fake fans.
Pepe laugh.
Yeah. Okay, if you're watching the D&D stream, you're real fans. But yeah, basically that.
I'm drawing a snake.
No step on snake. That's a good snake.
I'll
Do I
do
have-
you one better.
Do
Are
I
you
have
ready?
it, hyena?
I've linked a picture of her head in chat.
I drew my snake. I think it's pretty good.
What does this devolve to?
Good, thank you. Gecko snake, Vaush. Very
Yeah,
Can you
good.
erase my snack, please?
No.
I don't know
step.
why I can't erase on this. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't think players can erase.
No, I'm afraid that power is for me and me only. Here you go, chat. This is the snake. Look, he's a baby.
I'm trying to see
Nope,
the
that's
screen.
not it. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. That's the right button. Snake.
Nice.
With that, I imagine shortly thereafter you probably redon the garb.
Yes,
that
I
you
had
have.
one more question to ask her.
Oh, of course.
I'll just say, well, now that you know this, or I guess you have, since I came here, you've lived here for a while. My god also lives here. You wouldn't have happened to have heard of Solstice, would you?
Oh, Solstice, of course, everyone's new favorite for the astral plane. Well, favorite to a few at least. We know all that business that went
Bandwagoners.
down with we know all that business that went down with Agri Dier a few decades ago. Everyone knows about that. No, of course. I've never met him myself, but no, we know of him.
Yes, you're the Raven man we spoke to said so that I think wait, hold on, was it him who told me he was far away, or who was that?
No, that
It
was
was
him.
him.
Yeah, the Raven Man.
Okay, told me that he was quite far from here. So
Well, everything's quite far from everything else here because the Silver Sea is near infinite. But yeah, such is life.
So
That's why we can't have more reinforcements here, you know? All of the Raven Queen's soldiers are strewn about the entirety of the plane. They can't just warp here.
yes, understandable. Well, good you know of him at least.
Of course. Anyway, get dressed up now. Wouldn't want your cute friends to be bothered by your beautiful face.
She thinks we're cute.
Thank you. I'll begin rapping.
Take it away, Hyena.
No.
What the fuck? Engage!
Okay, so this conductor, I'm gonna give him big spoilers here. I will challenge this conductor to a rap battle.
I mean, he's immune to all
Yikes.
other forms of damage except rap battle damage, so I would assume. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a spoiler, but
I've been hoping for it since the beginning of this campaign.
Exilia, we return to you since you're doing a thing. I imagine that you're on there as a chipmunk, and when you turn back into Exilia, back into a tiefling, your like legs are wrapped around the totem, and you're just like on its upper third or something. Like, give me a mental picture. You know?
Well, it depends on the what it looks like. If there's any like
diameter.
ledge that I could sit on or anything like that, then I think that would be probably better than just having my legs wrapped around. But if that's all I can do, then
Yeah, there's no
Hell yeah.
outcropping to sit on. You'd either have your legs wrapped around it, or you'd be like hanging from it with your like hands around it, or you'd be like standing on the ground.
Okay, yeah,
How
she
wide is
should-
the diameter of it? Can she not
what's the
balance
girth?
on the top of it?
It's pretty girthy. It's like I'd
She
say
could balance
it's
on top of that.
probably like 9 inches
both
in
feet?
diameter.
Maybe just 1 foot.
I mean, the top is on
Okay.
fire, so
Oh, never
Even
mind.
better. No. All right, then yeah, sure. I'll have as I turn back, I'll have my legs wrapped around it. Holding on as best I can.
that you are
Very gas.
immediately noticed by the closest Mordhill villager.
Wait, is her being noticed and all this happening? Can me and Kazooie see this?
I'll inform you guys. You know what exactly?
Okay.
I was gonna say, I can. Do I have any time to do anything while I'm as I'm being noticed?
You would definitely have time then. If you were looking to avoid being noticed, you would have to move somewhere else as a chipmunk before turning back, though, because they
Oh
were
no,
looking in
no,
that
I don't
direction.
mind being noticed here for a moment.
Okay, then yeah, then you are noticed, but they are not immediately reacting. The Mordhill villager, she's a woman, maybe 5'9", older woman, white hair pulled back into a short braid that goes down no further than her collarbone. She's looking up at you from beneath deep eye sockets in bleary confusion. She looks very dull-witted.
Okay, as I'm noticed, I want to pull out my dagger and cut the thick hemp rope that's tying things together.
Oh shit! Nice. No roll needed for that. A dagger could easily cut that. Yeah. You cut the through the thick hemp. Probably just one of the cords, but it's all wrapped around in a spiral, so one cut is all you need. And it begins to tumble down heavily, and the raven feathers begin to spiral, like fold outward, like a feather opening, as they're all like pulled apart from the center,
Like a banana peel.
like a banana peel.
I assume when this is all happening from our vantage points, me and Poo Poo could probably see that Azalea is taking an action. Right?
This is happening within, so far, this has been like less than 2 seconds passing. So probably not something you would immediately see. You might notice it, Kazooie, but I'll resolve those consequences shortly.
Okay.
Can I, after cutting the hemp rope, can I grab it and make my way down with it as it falls?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so I suppose I'm on the ground now.
Yeah, the feathers are fluttering down in the way that feathers do. The fire continues to burn at the top, but the hemp rope is now on the ground. It is now literally just like a tiki torch, basically, like a big totem torch, with no other iconography attached to it, except for the light spatterings of white paint that were used to sort of like runically mark the sides of the wood. But even those now have been like marred and by the absence of the hemp rope and feathers.
Could I cast one spell as I hit the ground?
Yeah. The person who is seeing you is about 15 feet away, and they are not immediately reacting to you as a threat.
Okay. Well, then, as I hit the ground, I want to cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Oh shit! The wood of a club or quarterstaff you are holding is imbued with nature's power. For the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of strength to attack damage rolls of melee attacks using that weapon, and the weapon's damage die becomes a D8. The weapon also becomes magical if it isn't already. Go for it, comrade. Bonus action.
Wait, is there...
No, just do it. Shillelagh. Shoo it. Shillelagh. Shillag.
Yeah, some shillelaghs inside of the little 4-leaf clovers.
Wait, does that not count as casting it? Hold on.
No, you did.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Sorry, apologies.
I'm just
We're on the same page then.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You do it. If you're looking to do a thing though, that'll be an initiative roll.
Yeah, no, not quite yet. I'm getting ready.
Gotcha. Then if that's the
everyone else
case,
has noticed now.
If that's the case, Kazooie, you have absolutely noticed this. Hen, you have almost certainly noticed it as well. Xanderhal, you would not have, because you're still moving to position to the third, to behind the third hill. The woman looks at you, Exilia, and she says, I don't know if I've seen you before. Did the big man send you to do that to the totem?
Yes, absolutely. Of course they did.
Oh, that's rather a shame. She begins to walk towards you, but in a non-threatening way. Do you react defensively, or do you allow her to approach?
I want to allow her to approach a little bit and say, doesn't it look nicer this way?
No, I liked it the way with the feathers.
But this is avant-garde.
I don't find this very avant-garde at all.
That was out of character, Mr.
No, I know.
Vaush. Relax.
All right. What's your name?
I'm not sure. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
She puts a hand to her face, and she appears to get lost deep in thought, almost for a worrying length of time. In fact, she just sort of contemplates before saying, maybe after 4 or 5 seconds, I don't really remember, actually, what my name is. Do you hear that?
The drums or something else?
The drums.
Yeah, I think I hear it. What's it sound like to you?
She looks at you. She looks in your eyes, and she begins to slowly and almost experimentally wiggle her body to a beat you can't hear. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to wiggle my body in a similar fashion.
You can make a roll either with performance or deception, whichever you would prefer.
Kazui's kind of entertained by this mating ritual.
Xanderhal is looking like, what the fuck am I looking at right now? What is happening?
In fact, Kazui would kind of mimic the movements as well. That's a bird thing to do.
She looks at you as you sort of attempt to mimic the pace of her movements, and she gives you a look and she says, I don't think we're listening to the same song.
Oh, maybe not.
Hey boys! She's not listening to the same song! Roll initiative.
Ah,
Get
shit.
in the car, bitch. Get in the car.
She's going raid.
So wait, so how close is Exilia to
Kazui
the
and
car right
Xanderhal,
now?
you both hear this. You both hear this as it happens. As you're rolling initiative, Exilia, Adha turns to you, Hen, and she says, Hen!
Yes.
Hen!
It's getting lit.
Yes.
Something's wrong. I still can't
Exilia's
get
a terrible
closer.
dancer.
Yes, I don't mind moving closer. What is, do I not see what's going on?
No, you can see what's going on. She turns to you and she says, I can't get any closer.
Is there a way for me to move forward, in some relative cover?
No, not really. Not unless you want to take the slow route that, Xanderhal and, Kazui took.
I can start doing that.
Yeah, if you would like to. But
There's
stealth is
another
already
hill
kind
right
of
above the
broken.
main purple one that you could probably get to
What do
reasonably.
you say, Vaush?
Stealth is already kind of broken at this point.
Yes. So, yeah.
What would you like to do?
I would like to try to run forward to the nearest, wherever I can hide.
Okay, so you're moving along the Kazui Xanderhal route. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, Xanderhal and Kazui, you're both quite aware of what just happened from the noise that you just heard.
They aren't aware of us, though.
Yeah, Exilia, you rolled initiative. 1 second.
So wait, is Exilia in a position to be able to get in the car now? Can we reasonably...
Exilia is
Ascertain
30
that?
feet away from the closest car. The totems were about 30 feet away from the farthest car in the car depot. The two Mordhill villagers that Exilia is not currently with are about 60 feet away from her. The Mordhill villager you're currently with, Exilia, is going to make a fucking move on you. Is what she's going to do.
Come at me.
Hold on.
In this time, I would like to try to, as stealthily as possible, dash over to Xander. But I would like to perceive what's around me first before I do that. But you can let whatever's happening happen.
Gotcha. We have to resolve this first. All right. She fucking draws on you, Exilia. She pulls out from her mechanic's belt a pistol and aims it your way.
She has disadvantage.
That is she does have disadvantage. That's right.
Yep.
She's also dumb as hell.
That's a miss. Because of protection versus good and evil, which was placed on
Hell
you by Hen, she misses this very fucking powerful pistol shot and discharges it right off to your side. Her undead eyes avert yon living and protected gaze. The pistol bullet misses your ear by about 1 millimeter. The blast still rings in your ears. More importantly, early gunpowder guns, that blast rings in everybody's ears.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Before we start this, the only people we're aware of are the one that she's facing off with right now, and then the 2 other ones. We don't have any idea about anything
That
else?
is correct. It is those 3.
Okay.
Then I'm going to move forward to use my quarterstaff against them.
Gotcha. Blaster.
All right.
Nice. A 13 is going to hit.
Click the meme for the damage. Where it says quarterstaff.
Oh, I
believe-
think that was supposed to be the damage. I think I was supposed to roll the d20 first.
No.
Well, no, do you do that thing to get the hits, and then you click where it says quarterstaff right underneath the rolls?
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's been a
Yeah, oh
bit.
shit. 8 bludgeoning's a good
pretty
fucking hit.
epic.
Yeah, you reel back with your quarterstaff, and you fucking where do you hit this bitch?
I'm going straight for the head.
Okay, you rear back with your quarterstaff and you hit it with the shillelagh empowered wood straight on top of this woman's noggin, and the impact craters through her skull, leaving a visible dent and physically cracking the decaying flesh along the front of her face. And you can actually see almost like a small window into her insides as the skull fragments and her jaw becomes misset, a lower jaw hanging at a slight angle. You can see too, as the skin peels back off the bone like well cooked meat, the empty eye socket visible beneath the veneer of living flesh that you had been staring at just a few seconds ago. And with that, the 2 Mordhill villagers in the far end have not yet reacted in suitable fashion. Conure, you said that Kazooie was going to sprint over.
So before that's my intention, but I would have thought of this around the time that Exilia decided to fucking pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So how far away am I from Xander right now?
You would be about 200, no, more like 150 feet away from Xander.
And how quickly can I traverse that? What is
You
my
could
move?
traverse that in 2 turns, or about like
35.
12 seconds or so, thereabouts.
Okay. Can I like reasonably so Xander can see me from this point, right?
Xander can see you, you can see Xander. You two are not
so-
visible to anyone else, though.
If I catch Xander's glance at any point in this time, I would probably make some sort of hand motion that we should probably go and help Exilia. I assume Xander would be able to understand. Perhaps we have some sort of pirate's code we could use.
I've
hand
already
signals.
been prepping to just run up and deck.
Yeah, we'll do a bunch of Naruto hand symbols and start moving over there.
Yeah,
Probably
we're doing our,
stealthily though. That would be my intention.
yeah, we're doing the little symbols at each other. So how far am I from the closest villager?
You would be about maybe 300 feet, which means at full sprint, that would be about 30 seconds to get there.
I want to start fucking booking it.
Well, it's not your turn yet, sir.
Okay.
Well, we
All right, so
can resolve this from the beginning of when the gunshot would have been cracked, because that's when everything kicks off. So if you want, while resolving Exilia's turns, I can say that you're fucking booking it, Xander, and keep that in mind as you're moving. Kazooie, would you like to be booking it as well, or are you doing this a little more tactfully?
so another quick meme. Kazooie would be thinking that the other 2 haven't reacted yet, but we don't want those 2 to call any more reinforcements, though I don't know how helpful that would be considering the loud gunshot. But we would probably want to deal with those 2 first if Exilia can handle her own against the 1. But that's just what I'm thinking right now, which will probably influence my actions.
It's up to you. You can't speak with anyone else at the moment, so your plans are your own.
I'll run in a direction that lets me meet up with Xander if I was faster, or get behind him since he's in front of me.
You are faster
follow
than
him that way.
Xander, but even if both of you sprint, he would still reach the 2 Mordhill villagers before you could.
Yeah. So I'll try to very stealthily dash over as well.
To Xander or to the 2 Mordhill villagers?
Probably trying to get like a diagonal of both, if that's possible.
Gotcha.
So like, I wouldn't like beeline it to one of the guards, but I wouldn't beeline it to Xander either. I'd be in the middle.
I would also
Just in
like to
case I have to
start
go either
running,
way.
by the way.
Gotcha. Are you
Well,
running
yeah, that'll be
to
my-
the villagers or running along the cover?
Along the cover, but I wanna begin moving faster.
Gotcha. Okay, with that, Exilia, your turn has come to a conclusion. The human villager is now going to take another shot at you, with said pistol, which can carry 2 shots before it needs to be reloaded. A reload, of course, takes like a minute. So in close quarters combat, you have your shots and then you're done with that gun. You know, unless you're in formation. But again, a 15-4. The disadvantage incurred by the saliently placed protection from good and evil saves you yet again from the fucking devastating hand cannon that is aimed at your face. The second pistol shot whizzes right above your shoulder, actually fraying your clothing slightly, but leaving you completely unharmed. With that, it's your turn.
And that was the same person attacking, right? The one that I just bashed their face
Correct.
in?
Yes. The one for whom half a face is slipping off right now.
Kazui's mildly
all been
annoyed
there.
about these loud ass fucking gunshots.
They are very loud, yes.
And I'm like, wait, what'd you say? Like 30 feet or so from the closest car?
You're 30 feet from the closest car and 60 feet away from the 2 Mordhill villagers that you're not currently engaged in, though they are aware of the conflict.
Okay, I'm gonna go for another hit, another shillelagh infused quarterstaff hit. This one to the legs.
Blast them. 13 fucking does it. 13.
Easy clap.
You fucking ate bludgeon. The synchronicity. You fucking the beautiful the symmetry of the universe. Truly God's
They're
design.
fluid movements.
You rear down with your fucking quarterstaff and sweep out the legs. You smack the back of the knee so hard that the kneecap breaks. The old woman falls back with her legs flying in the air and hits the back of her head against a rock outcropping and is killed on impact. You've successfully beaten this old woman to death. Her pistol, empty now, clatters to the ground, and this time, immediately after she dies, the pistol, its metal, its machinations, it's a revolver style pistol, unfurls into a cacophony of appendages and intestines and sinew and flesh woven into the shape of a firearm. It happens immediately as it hits the ground. The intestinal meat throbs, pulses with blood once or twice before unfurling, and it just looks like another pile of giblets settled on the ground. You've successfully murdered this woman. A choice needs to be made, Exilia. The 3 other party members are running towards you, all in their own fashions right now. 60 feet away from you, there are 2 Mordhill villagers. But between you and them are a line of cars. The closest one is 30 feet away. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna go for that closest car. I think that's the best idea here.
Okay. Are you walking towards or booking? The 2 Mordhill villagers, the one who know that you just killed their friend, are just staring at you at the moment. They're both
Also likely armed with firearms.
They're both armed. Yeah, but neither of them have their hands on their weapons.
Ranged weapons.
Yeah, let's go for it. We're fuck it.
Okay. We're GM. All right, hold on. Let me GM roll over here. Hold on. That's my God roll. You book it over to the fucking car that is 30 feet away. The 2 Mordhill villagers have not yet moved. But as you're moving over, you hear something from behind you.
Mm.
The garage, again, you wouldn't know the name, but let's just, let's call a spade a spade. The garage door pulls open. Heavy sheet metal probably manually lifted in front of the garage doors. And you hear sputtering from something within. And as the doors open, something emerges. You see the front end of a... It's a fucking mech. It's an Ava
it's
unit.
A Gundam.
Fucking Ava. You see a vehicle begin to pull out of it. And it moves forward onto the road. You're close enough. This is about 100 feet behind you, Exilia, as you're moving towards the car. And you can look around and turn without like slowing movement speed or whatever. A car pulls out. 2 people are driving it. One person is on the front of the car, actually driving it normal-like. It's a Mordhill villager. But on the back of the car, rather than this being a typical 4-seater, there's a flat bed that extends about 12 feet behind the drivable portion of the truck. And on that flatbed is a metal post. And straight up on top of that metal post, on a rotary system of gears that allows it to be moved about, is a very, very large gun with a belt coming out of it on either end. And manning that gun is a skeleton. And that skeleton looks over at you, Exilia, and says, "Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my cars?"
We gotta go.
Alright.
Wait, am I in the car yet?
You are just arriving at the car now. Yes.
I'm gonna get the fuck in that car. Pull out this piece of parchment that Ada had given me, so that I can figure out how to work this thing.
The car begins to pull out of the garage. All your friends are moving towards you quickly.
I assume you will have read it already at least once. Just by the way.
Adha still cannot join the fight at this point in time. You begin to read. I want a fucking... What's a reading check? Is it just intelligence? I want, like, interpret this shit immediately.
Probably int, yeah, right?
Some sort of intelligence check.
Yeah, go with it. Oh,
I didn't know
nice!
Hell yeah.
Holy shit. You are able to quickly interpret the instructions. Exilia, pedal, down, by your left, hold it down, button. You feel that? That's the engine starting, baby. How does that feel? You're in a fucking car.
Never experienced this kind of power before.
There are 2
Where
noises.
are Xander and I at this point?
You and Xander at this point would be probably about between 1/3 and 1/2 of the way over to the 2 Mordhill villagers.
Okay.
Moving at full tilt. Exilia.
What's Exilia's exact position? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Exilia's exact position would be right here on the far end of the car depot.
Okay.
And your exact positions, respectively, would probably be here for Xanderhal and here for yourself. Roughly speaking, you know. So you'd probably be about halfway to that point. Exilia, you hear 2 whirring noises. One of them is the hum of the engine underneath you. And the other one is of a rotary belt being fed bullets at 60 rounds a second. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Monka.
It's been fun.
I don't remember how to do saving throws. Fuck.
Click on the
It's the top left.
It's the
Option.
saving throw
Under
section.
proficiency bonus.
Oh shit, there it is. Thanks. All right, what am I doing? Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Ooh.
12 passes.
Yes, fuck.
Exilia, at that range with this era of gun, yeah. At you hear, you can feel it for a brief second. The whir of a internal barrel revving. Not that you know the technical parts, but you feel death coming for you as this car that is pulled out, the one that's being manned by a skeleton, pulls out from the garage and begins to whir around the track like this, pulling out and circling around. You hear a whir and a brief mote of silence before a cacophony, a deafening roar of gunfire emanates from the barrel of the machine gun and absolutely shreds the front bumper of the car that you're currently in. Thankfully,
Is it more of like a or is it like a kind of thing? Do we hear?
It is a high rate
Okay, very fast fire
Yeah,
rate.
a
Okay.
burst of heavy fire and smoke emanating from the machine gun before the gun whirs down. And
So these aren't likely very high caliber bullets then.
For
Like
I
super high ones anyway.
I can give you the knowledge. They would be low caliber bullets from a belt fed machine gun that needs to have its barrels changed. Old style machine guns would run through their barrels like every fucking 8 seconds, and they would like quick swap them out the same way that you would swap out like a magazine for like a proper gun. A cacophony of ammunition hails down upon you and shreds the front bumper of your vehicle. But Exilia, you duck in time. Dex 12. You duck in time beneath the armor-plated front of your vehicle and listen as glass shatters above you and the back of the seat that you were in, couched in leather, is perforated until it is nearly unrecognizable in its original state. Thankfully, you are not in a regular vehicle, my friend. You are in an armored car, and armored cars can withstand machine gun fire. Your car is still functioning. You rolled, what was it, 18 intelligence? Are you getting back up? Are you still fucking doing it?
Yeah, hell yeah, let's get out of here. I'm driving straight towards my friends.
Okay, you've got your fucking pedal metal. You can move this vehicle. The vehicle is running. It is a stick shift. We're going to have to work with that, okay? Because even for people who know how to drive sometimes, it's a little funky if you haven't done a stick shift before.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out. So here is where you are currently. You are currently the actor in this situation. So zooming in on the specific area that we are dealing with. Right here. At this point right now, Pig Puncher and Kazooie, you are coming close now to the two Mordhill villagers and to the 2 other cars they are standing behind. At this point, Exilia, you are here and you are beginning to pull out. The car with the machine gun is about at the middle of the track. It's off-road right now and it's heading towards you. We are now going to roll actual initiative for everyone, separate from the previous combat. So, everyone just do it. I know that we're doing this sort of in an abstract. We don't have the character tokens down, but this is how we're going to be resolving turns.
Oh, I forgot. We don't have tokens to select, by the way.
Yeah. So it's just, this is an abstract. And we're getting some quality rolls.
Yikes.
Perhaps if we had tokens to click.
Yeah, yes, that would elevate. Holy shit, Xanderhal. Dude, your rolls have been fucking buck wild today, man.
And what can I say? I'm a lucky man.
He's a yucky man. You heard it.
Yucky man. All right, let me roll for the 2 Mordhill villagers. Hold on. Okay. And let me roll for the skeleton mount.
Also, our assumption is there's someone on the mount and there's someone driving the.
Yes.
There's 2 people in the vehicle.
Yes, a villager is driving the a vehicle, whereas the skeleton, who is most certainly not a fucking villager, is running it down with the actual machine gun. Hold on one moment. I'm going to enter everyone in to the turn order settings. Real nice like, okay? Mm-hmm.
So we definitely need to dispatch this fucking car. Because if they track us back to the camp, that's not a good idea, I don't think. I assume most people would be aware of that general concept.
Let's steal it.
Well, the issue would be if they follow us back and they find the entire encampment and then they make some advance on it and the whole fucking thing is over.
Steal their car.
Oh, okay.
Theirs has a machine gun on it. That sounds way cooler.
That is, I will, the impartiality of the DM aside, I will admit that is indeed significantly cooler than a car without a machine gun on it. Also, that does some fucking bomb-ass, easy-peasy damage. You know how it'd be. Hold on. Almost done.
Oh, I know. I almost got fucking taken out by it. I know.
Yeah, that would have gotten you good, just so you know. All right, I'm almost not a very fast typer, you know.
Am I able to speak to Xander at this point?
You 2 are booking it. You're slightly
right?
faster. You're probably trailing just a little bit behind him. Yeah, you could speak.
Xanda, if you can make sure those other 2 guards can't, call for backup, I might be able to do something about the person driving their vehicle.
I'm already on it.
Sick. Okay. With that, Xanderhal, you are right now about 120 feet away from the 2 Mordhill villagers. Your turn is up first. I assume you're going to use it dashing?
Yeah.
Depends on if you need the movement to get there. Or not.
Okay, so I'm not. So it's like what, 100 feet? You said
120.
120 feet. Okay, so dashing, is that an ability I can use?
It is. It's an action you can take
it's
to
double your
movement
movement.
speed. You could move 60 feet a turn if you do it.
But it is an action, so you won't be able to do anything else except for bonus actions.
All right, let's do it. Dashing.
Okay. So if that's the case, you will be able to reach the Mordhill villagers next turn. Okay?
Pog.
Okay.
Is that next turn with another dash or next turn?
That's next turn with another dash.
Damn.
But you could always do diplomacy once you get there.
Pog.
Seems like Xander style.
Yeah.
All right.
How far am I, just for a general baseline, from the armored car that's got the Gatling gun on it?
The armored car is like 600 feet away. It's in the middle of the track, and it's heading towards Exilia at this point.
Wait, Vaush.
Can you ping it on the map?
Yeah, sure. What is it, Pig?
My resident D&D expert, Chad Boris, who helped me write my character sheet, says rogues can dash as a bonus action. Read your abilities.
That is true. Yeah. So if you reach them next turn, which you will, assuming this current speed, you'll be able to use an action after you get there, such as, say,
immediately
punching them in the face.
Awesome.
Yes.
Pog. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Just make sure.
Wait, can't Pig double dash then?
No, you can't double dash.
That was a good game.
That'd be cringe.
Dash is a bonus action?
Well, yeah, but you can only dash once a turn.
So you can't do dash and then dash? Okay, no. Okay. I thought that was the...
That'd be a smidge cringe.
So cunning action is pretty wild, but yeah.
With that, it is now the...
Where's the Gatling gun in Exilia, by the way? I'm sorry. Okay. I just need to know.
Yeah, the Gatling gun car is right here in the middle of the track, and Exilia is right here at the far end of the car depot. She hasn't begun moving yet because that's something we're going to resolve in this turn order. So it is now the villagers' turn with a roll of 20. The villagers have decided to get off their fucking ass and actually start doing something. One of the villagers has a pistol, another one of them has a carbine rifle. They're both going to take shots. Neither of them are particularly bright. Neither of them have actually taken notice of you two, Pig Puncher, and, well, not Pig Puncher, sorry, Xanderhal and Kazooie. They're both going to take shots at Lexi. Exilia, sorry.
Let's go, Neo.
Rogues. Yeah, hon, wait, hold on. Rogues can double dash. That's the point of having cutting action as a rogue.
Oh, I thought the point of having cutting action is so that you can use your action after it. You can fucking double dash 90 feet.
Well, your action could just be another dash then.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could double up dashes. I hate having fucking D&D.
Dude, rogues are nuts.
I hate having narcs in chat.
Oh boy, we got a real one in chat.
We got a real one. Now hold on.
So he could feasibly have gotten there on his turn, just not with any actions.
Can't do anything else, but could have gotten there, yeah.
No, because it was 120 feet. It wouldn't be 120 feet, it'd be 90 feet per turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, we're good.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
So you would get there without having to use an action. You could just get there from movement the following turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow.
We figured it out.
The two villagers are actually going to fucking do something, and they're going to take shots, both of them at you, Exilia. So you have partial cover, and they have disadvantage in this instance. So just disadvantage, I guess. They're going to take a shot at you with a pistol and a carbine rifle. The pistol, with disadvantage, gets a hit of a 13. Does a 13 hit?
Your AC.
Yeah, sorry, I was opening it back up. It does. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
We'll have to keep closing it so I can look at the map. But my armor class is 11.
There's an icon that lets you keep it open on another tab. It's on the top left by your name.
A 13 hits. The pistol shot goes off. You take 9 piercing damage through one of the shoulders as this bullet finally fucking connects with you. Likewise, the carbine rifle shot gets a 7. Carbine rifle misses you, which is good because it does quite a bit more damage. But the pistol hits you for 9 piercing damage. With that, it is now the skeleton's turn. The skeleton,
Yikes.
seeing that you ducked behind the armored car, and that's kind of its like kryptonite, is actually going to turn its gun towards you, Pig Puncher, and give you a fucking run for it. Pig Puncher, make a dexterity saving throw.
This man's gonna backflip over him. I can tell.
Bet your ass I will.
Holy shit! You fucking Matrix dodge. The fucking skeleton loads up a new barrel onto this gun to replace the destroyed old one, and you hear the thunderous crack of bullets firing from 250 feet away. You fucking Matrix dodge that shit. Shrapnel flying everywhere, sand billowing in the air, and you miraculously manage to avoid getting perforated by the hail of gunfire. It is
He enters
thankful.
bullet time and jumps on each individual bullet and keeps moving.
I
It-
pull
it
out
is-
my 2 short swords and I start slicing bullets in half.
That's probably
dude,
not the best idea.
It's probably a horrible idea.
Probably just break your weapons.
It is a good thing that this is not the most accurate weapon in the world, and that you all are at quite a distance away. Thankfully, with that, Kazooie, it is now your turn. Go for it.
Yo, so how far away am
You're-
I from the armored or the Gatling gun vehicle?
Well, that would be about 500. Oh wait, the Gatling gun vehicle needs to make a move. The Gatling gun vehicle moves about 120 feet closer to Exilia, so that means that you would be about
Probably keep
350
drawing
feet.
them. Probably be easier, just like a circle and a color or whatever.
Yeah, here I'll do a little
If you
doodle.
can. Because it's kind of important
It is
for me anyway.
This is currently where the Gatling gun Deuterino is.
Okay. Imagine using the same color every time, but all right.
Hey, come on. What is your move?
So I'm where again? By this
You
point?
right now would be like right about here.
And then how far is that from the car?
Which car?
The Gatling gun.
About 250 feet away.
God damn. Okay. Shit.
It is a car.
So they haven't noticed me yet.
No, Pig
Right.
Puncher is much more visible than you are. Just from your
Um,
relative positions. You're hidden behind the depot.
So the other 2 guards that Xanderhal is gonna fuck with are up here, right?
No, you're all so off. The other 2 guards are right here.
I'm sorry, this
No
map
worries.
is a little bit vague. Excuse me.
Listen, it's interpretive, okay? It's like an IQ test. You have to find form and pattern. The 2 guards are right here. Pig Puncher is quite close to them.
Oh shit, so am I technically then.
Mhm.
Okay. Well. So the armored car is then coming this way. I'm sorry. I'm fucking
Yes, it is currently coming
Figuring it
towards Exilia.
towards all of us.
Yeah, like down.
Technically.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm at this hill here, at the end of that little hill, am I within distance of the 2 guards as well, or
You're currently like right here, thereabouts.
so
You're
then would I be able to get there with a movement and take an action to strike them or no?
in one turn after this one, but not this turn. No,
Okay.
because you're a little behind
Uh,
Pig Puncher.
Okay, so then for the terrain, is there anywhere I could reasonably get within 1 turn regular movement distance and still be hidden?
Yeah, because
trajectory?
there's a hill right here that you could conceivably find cover with. Yeah, I
Mhm.
would say that if you took like cover there during this turn, that you could reasonably be pretty stealthy in preparation for the next turn.
Because my intention for the next turn would be to get there with regular movement, so then I can use my action or bonus action to do damage against the villagers.
I don't think you can get there in 1 turn plus a non-dash turn.
No, I meant like if I was to dash to where I'm trying to get this time, and then do movement for the next one.
I don't think, yeah, that would be 90 or like 100 feet away, but you're like 150
Okay.
to 200 feet away.
So you're telling me I would have to dash this turn and then dash the next one to be able to get there
Yes.
with 35 move speed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll dash as far as I can and then remain as hidden as I can using terrain and various other things.
Yeah, you can reach the like the lip of this little hill outcropping this turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do
Which
that. I'll
is
get
a
as far as
reasonably
feasibly
sneaky place to
possible.
be. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll be hidden.
All right. Hen, it is now your turn. If you've been moving alongside like the far side of the hill, that means you'd probably be around here by now. Hen?
Maybe.
Hello?
Potentially.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. The map is inaccurate, so however far you
And listen,
say.
it's abstract, okay? It's abstract.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
It's
I'll just
difficult
keep...
for us to interpret.
Yeah, like,
Imagine
so...
getting flamed by your not wife, girlfriend for
My wife.
your
wife.
waifu for your art.
My
Amazing.
wife. What's your turn?
I
Hal?
guess, I guess I'll just... How far away am I from them?
You're like 300 feet away from the.
That's what I figured. I'll
yeah.
keep dashing. Also, if I do anything else, it risks breaking the concentration on protection from good and evil, so I'll just keep running.
True, that has helped. That has helped Exilia out a fair bit.
Yeah, so I'll keep it on her because she's in the car. But yeah.
What is the So you're dashing towards the two Mordhill villagers?
No, towards Exilia.
The same general direction, but yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, gotcha. With that, Exilia,
That's
it is now
only 60 feet.
Exilia, it is now your turn. You are now in a vehicle. You cannot dash in this vehicle. It does not have nitro. However, you can move up to 120 feet per turn should you choose. This is mounted combat. However, unlike with horses, which will pretty much do their own thing, assuming you know how to ride a horse, you need to pay full attention to this and cannot cast any spells or make any attacks as long as you're using the vehicle. You are not proficient with its use.
All right. It's fucked up. They made a vehicle without nitro. I don't know what these people are going for, but I mean, whatever.
That's the point.
No wings and a rocket boost. What?
So I guess I'm driving towards everyone else, right? Towards
That's up to you.
the party. Towards the party. That's where I was. This is like the direction I was moving previously was towards the party and away from not only the machine gun car, but also the Mordhill villagers, right?
You're so you haven't moved in the car yet because I consolidated the vehicle's movement into this turn, and you rolled a 1 on initiative. So so you're here now. As for directions, so right now, Hen, Pig Puncher, and Kazooie are all heading towards the depot with the other 2 cars and the 3 Mordhill villagers. The skeleton is circling around towards you. And you are at the depot currently, like, stationary with the car on.
I want to try to run over the villagers.
Oh,
Hell
shit.
If I can make it that far.
GTA 5.
Yeah, you can.
Fucking really GTA.
Absolutely, you can make that in your time. Also, I should say, Exilia, while you've gotten
Be careful not to kill us, please.
a bearing for the vehicle that you're currently in, there are firearms stashed in a compartment between the passenger seat and the driver's seat.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it the case that when we touched firearms in the town, they disintegrated?
Yes.
So we do have the clockwork tooth that we got that let us come here. Does that do anything to that, or?
Exilia, everyone got a clockwork tooth. That's right. Everyone got like a.
It was
fragment of that?
what would allow us to come back without being undead or whatever.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Well, all I can say at this moment is that the vehicle is functioning for Exilia.
So we just don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyway, the 2 Mordhill villagers are absolutely within 120 feet. If you want to go for that.
I can't cast spells, but I could shoot like a gun out the window. Like theoretically or whatever. Or is that like still too much concentration?
I'll absolutely give you that. I mean, firing a gun out the window, albeit with disadvantage, takes far less concentration and effort than casting a spell does.
Okay, well for now, I'm going straight for the run over. We're going for it.
Go for it.
I don't know what I need to roll for that.
Yeah, you fucking pull out and fucking wheel around towards the 2 Mordhill villagers, which are still next to each other. They're standing in between 2 of the parked cars. But the parked cars have about 20 feet of space between them, so you've got a pretty clear running. They're going to make a dexterity saving throw. Hold on. I'll just roll 2d20. Oh, shit. Those were both really good rolls. A 19 and a 17 plus 0 on both of them. They actually both managed to dive out of the way just in time. You fucking drive through them, and they both leap to your sides, left and right, to avoid getting hit.
Would they remain prone for the duration?
Yeah, they would be prone at the beginning of their next turn.
Okay. Dang.
I suppose I don't have time to do anything else in my turn.
That'd be your movement, and your action is pretty much you controlling the car, unless you want to like try and take a crack, but you'd have to like pull the gun out of the compartment and stuff. So for this turn, yeah, that probably is your.
Okay, well then I'll end my turn by looking at the middle console of the car and just pulling out one of the guns, like
turning
just
on the
keeping it
radio.
with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, at this point, now since you took 120 feet of movement and you blew past those two, you are now actually within one turn's movement distance for both Pig Puncher and Kazooie, meaning that they could conceivably board the car if they so chose. With that, we now run back up to Xanderhal. What's up, my dude? What are you doing for your turn?
So I could run over to the car and get on, right?
Yes.
How far am I away from the villagers?
The villagers are about 60 feet away. Exilia's car is now about 30 feet away because Exilia drove through them towards you.
Now, I could run up and fucking decapitate these two villagers.
Remember that we're going to be chased by the Gatling gun car if we don't do anything about it now. If we all get in the car.
My dexterity is high enough that I think I could probably handle it. However, there can be no survivors in this situation. You know, we can't let them get away.
They can alert other people.
Yeah, I'm gonna run right up to the first villager and
Hell yeah.
attack.
Okay. The villager is prone, which means that they have that you have advantage on attacks against them. Go for it.
Not only that, but I also have my sneak attack, and I'm able to. Chad will be able to let me know in chat as well. But I think it's my first attack is a stealth attack, and my second is not. Right?
That seems correct to me. If you got fucking sneak attack die on both attacks, that would be insane.
Yeah. Let me know in chat. Chad should get that in like 2 seconds here.
We
Yes
can
or
go.
no?
I am the DM. I say
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Monka.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right. There we go.
Holy shit, dude! You fucking one-shot them.
Thank God.
You fucking roll by over this Mordhill villager, and you just skate on by. You just on your Heelys. Xanderhal wears Heelys, by the way. This is a true fact.
Light
and
up ones.
you Heely on by, and you just swipe your swords down, and like the little Snoop Dogg, like the dance move where he does the hand thing, and yeah, exactly. And you just whoop, you get him. You fucking just take that head. There is now but one Mordhill villager remaining.
All right.
Are you able to do that? Are you able to take both of them right now?
Can I?
No, you
I
used
don't
your
know.
attacks.
Yeah, I used my attack.
okay.
With that, it is now the villager's turn. Which villager survived? I didn't have them separated. The one with the carbine or the one with the pistol? All right, I'm going to roll 1d20. 1 through 10 is pistol. 11 through 20 is carbine. Okay, carbine, which means they're out of shots. The remaining Mordhill villager gets to their feet and drops the carbine to the ground, which is only 1 shot per load. And fuck it, my dude. I think they charge towards you, Pig Puncher, and they try to make an attack. They only have a dagger at their side, so that's a 15 to hit. How does that run?
No way.
I have 15 armor class.
Oh my
Then
God.
that will do it.
This
That'll
guy
do it?
sucks.
Yeah, attacker wins. A devastating 2 slashing damage.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Ever
my
been stung
friend.
by a bee, Xander?
Yeah.
You
that's
get
basically-
fucking Artemy poop clawed, you know?
Yeah, I was an army people. I am down for
Wait, wouldn't that have
34.
poison damage though?
True. That is true. True. Matching
Yeah.
AC is a hit. Yeah, when you match AC or attacker gets it's always attacker's preference. Whenever there's a match when it comes to saves or AC or whatever. Yeah, you take 2 poop damage, I guess. Which again, these are undead, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it could be poopy.
It is now the skeleton's turn, and the skeleton has one very decisive plan of action, moving 120 feet closer to you guys, barreling down on your fucking team, and now.
He's still unaware of my position.
Correct.
Should be.
And now the skeleton is within the effective range of its weapon. The motor begins to wind. And with the arc it's capable of firing in, Exilia, Pig Puncher, and the Villager are all going to need to make a dex saving throw. Now, Exilia, you get advantage on this because you are behind partial cover. Holy shit!
Easy.
Xanderhal!
Shit.
Have you ever watched The Mask? It's like when he eats all the bullets and then spits them all out. It's kind of like that.
And I might secretly be a god. I don't know. Xanderhal's just been secretly a fucking. Yeah.
The Villager does not pass. Just barely fails. Actually, I don't think the Villager would even attempt to dodge this. I don't think it would occur to the Villager to dodge this. So forget my roll. Xanderhal, you again, astonishingly, at this range, you can't do any matrix dodging. You fucking panic throw yourself behind one of the vehicles before the skeleton open fires. The cacophony of gunfire is so severe that it literally shreds the vehicle in front of you. But it doesn't shred you. You live. The Villager gets torn to dust. Exilia, you are still taking partial cover, and you are outside of the effective range of this automated weapon, which is 60 feet. You are about 100 feet away from it because you drove further than the Mordhill villagers. You drove past them. So you take a mere 3d6 piercing damage to your back. 9 piercing damage as shrapnel and small arms fire fucking slaps you in the latissimus dorsi. It hurts, okay? Let me tell you. It really
Let me just cough
stings.
up some blood really quick.
Yeah.
right.
But astonishingly, you two live. And Xanderhal, very, very well dodging the fucking death, you know? With that, Kazooie, it is now your turn. You are within, jumping on range of the vehicle.
Of Exilia's vehicle.
Correct.
How far am I from the Gatling gun vehicle?
The Gatling gun vehicle has come a lot closer. You're probably 80 feet away from it, I would say.
80 feet?
About 80 feet, yes.
Okay. One sec.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it look like around there for cover?
For cover, there's a
around
lot.
where the Gatling gun is.
Yeah, you're right near the depot,
way.
which means the 2 remaining cars, which are heavily armored, are really decent piece of cover. In terms of stealthy cover, the 2 Mordhill guards are dead, and the skeleton's attention is focused. You'd have to make a stealth roll, but you could conceivably get there without being noticed.
Are there any buildings or any really hard cover?
No hard
that
cover.
car would have difficulty getting around?
It's 40 feet of open ground before the depot.
Okay. All right. So how close are those armored cars to the Gatling gun car then?
The Gatling gun car is about 30 feet past the 2 armored cars.
Okay. So if I was to dash, my move speed is 35, so I'd have 70, right? Of a dash. Would I be able to get into stealth cover of or behind the 2 armored cars?
Yes, you would be able to get into stealth cover behind the 2 armored cars, lying in wait for the Gatling gun car.
Okay, so I can use a key point and use dash as a bonus action. So I'm going to do that. Let me mark that in my shit. So I'll go down to 3 key points now. So I'll do that. I still have to make the stealth roll, right?
Yes, you'll still have to make the stealth roll.
I would have advantage. You said his focus is not on me.
No, yeah, I said advantage because his focus isn't on you. Yeah, that's a 25. Okay. That's pretty
Easy
good.
Clap. Okay, so now I do still have an action, but I can't really do a whole lot with it. 1 second. And I'm sorry, how fast can the armored car move?
About
if he was to just
120
run
feet
it like
per
he has
turn.
been?
About 120 feet per turn.
That's kind of shit. Okay.
I mean,
So-
they're not modern hot rods. You know, they're heavily armored.
Oh, I
you
meant
know.
for me, like that's much faster than I would be able to
yes. Well, it
catch
is
up.
much faster than a person.
Yeah. So from here, can I make a perception roll to see in the general vicinity? I guess I'm being stealthy, so I'd have to be careful in doing this. Just to see if all of this noise has alerted anyone else, and maybe people have taken notice.
The facility is like a mile away. I can say without a perception check that there is currently no evidence that they have like taken notice of this incident. But beyond that, there's almost nothing to take. The high fence obscures almost everything.
Okay. So from where I'm at, I would want to be on the side that they can't see me, but I would also want to be able to, if I needed to, jump on the back of the Gatling gun car.
Mm-hmm.
If it was to try to drive past me.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any action I could ready?
Here's what you could do. And we're stretching the D&D rules to their limit, but I think this should be allowed because this seems fair to me. What you can do.
It's also cool as hell.
Yes. You passed the stealth check. What you can do is you can get in cover behind the armored car, which you already are. You passed the stealth check. You can do that. And you can prepare an action for when the conditions are met. You will jump onto the car. The condition being if the car moves like within range of you being able to jump onto it. And even if that happens, you would still have to make an acrobatics check to make sure that you get onto this moving vehicle with your jump. But if you did that, you would be able to jump on them in between turns effectively, meaning that the beginning of your next turn would have you already on the vehicle having boarded.
Okay. And to make this even more convoluted, so the way this car is set up, there's a skeleton on the top, and then there's someone in the back. You said there was a flatbed on the back of it too?
The skeleton,
I assume that's where the
skeleton's on the flatbed with the machine gun.
Okay, and then in front is the cockpit, I guess, with the villager,
where
right?
they're driving, yeah. Just think of
like
a truck. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd reasonably be able to get on the back, perhaps without the skeleton noticing, but he probably would. But I would be not in the middle of them too.
That is correct. You would not be in the middle of the two of them. Also, the front part of the car is closed in. It has a roof over it. So even if you were like to attract the attention of the person on the front, there's nothing they could do to interfere with whatever's going on in the back without fully stopping operation of the vehicle.
But I would be able to. Am I able to see them through like a back window or something?
You don't know whether or not there's a back window that leads into the cockpit of the car. Yeah.
And I'd likely know their positioning anyway, so maybe I could do some weird stuff. Okay, sure. I'll ready the action to jump on the back if I need to.
Okay.
And I want to be in a good position to do that, if possible. So yeah.
All right, duly noted for sure. Hen, you are up.
How far away am I from them now?
You started later than everyone else, so you'd still probably be like a few turns away.
Yeah, so how far?
250 feet? Maybe 200?
How far away am I from the Gatling gun?
About 300 feet, since the Gatling gun car is still on the other side of the
Okay, yeah, then I'll just dash.
Okay, keeping it going.
I have to get in with 120 feet to attack the Gatling gun. So, yeah.
Exilia, you are up next, and this will actually be the final turn for this session. What do you do with your initiative roll of 1?
Powerful roll. I'm going to So all the villagers are done.
The villagers are
except
very,
for the car.
Bad. Yeah.
Right, except for the car with the skelly man on the back, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure what the best thing we can do here is. I think my best case is to try to pick up Xanderhal. I think Xander's the closest, and I think getting us all in together is probably the best idea here.
Can I ask a quick question?
Uh-huh.
What is needed to stop the car? Like
Kazooie.
Is that an action?
I have a plan.
To stop a vehicle, just using regular like vehicle rules, like you can just stop it as part of your action, unless it's like.
Well, I was
run
just
away.
curious about Exilia being able to like slow down, pick up Xander, like
Oh, you mean that?
Like, would that be one turn or not?
I would say that picking somebody up in this vehicle would probably I'd say I'm winging it here because I don't remember all of the vehicle rules for D&D, but I would say it probably cuts out half of your movement for that turn. The process of stopping to allow someone to come on, assuming they're coming on very quickly, like they're literally just jumping in as fast as they can. That would probably cut half your movement because you'd have to slow to allow them to do so. Unless you want to go full speed and they can jump in while you're driving, but that is much riskier.
Curious.
Could I make it that far? Could I get Xanderhal?
Oh, you're very close. You're very close to Xanderhal.
That's what I thought. And Kazui's sort of close, but was going to hop onto the other one. So you're doing your own thing.
If you pick up
Xanderhal and try to head towards him.
If you pick up Xanderhal, that'll be the end of your turn though, because Xanderhal has already used his turn. So effectively, that would be like after Xanderhal is done, not dying to the hail of gunfire, he gets on the car. But it can only resolve after he's done that, meaning it would have to be at the end of your turn as well.
All right, sure. Well, then I'm gonna try to head that way to pick Xanderhal up, but I guess it'll end there.
Gotcha. Okay, this is fucking... So you barrel out with the car. You attempt to run over the Mortier villagers, narrowly avoiding and then not avoiding a hail of gunfire from the skeleton truck before zooming around and diving your car behind the desiccated remains of the other armored cars to pick up Xanderhal. Kazooie lies in wait behind the other armored car, waiting to jump on the fucking the skeleton wagon, and Hen is rushing
Mr. Bones'
in.
wild ride, if you will.
Yes, exactly. And Hen is rushing in as quickly as possible to save the day, though she has already indirectly saved Exilia's life. So there's also that. Desiccated cars, how does that work? Listen, words, okay? Bigly. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry it's been so super duper long since we've last done Theater of Consumption stuff. It's been really hard for me to like find the time and energy to like do DMing prep stuff, especially since like there's a level of professionalism and preparation that is typically expected for a streamed campaign that isn't the case for like a friend campaign. But you know what I mean. It's nonetheless still very, very, very
I'd say
fun.
you've done a good job.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
This has been
it's wonderful.
very, very fun. I'm glad we brought this back.
You've done amazing. We're having a good time. Especially, and I'm not just saying that because I'm rolling the best rolls.
Yeah, Pig's not just saying that because he keeps rolling above 20 or anything.
It's been a good roll day. All right, wait. I want to talk to you guys really quick after the stream ends. Let me just read like the 2 donos I got, and then can I talk to you guys super quick? 2 minutes?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are we on? We're off stream for the talk or on? Doesn't matter.
Off stream. All right.
And so while you're reading donos, I'm gonna go take a piss, but you can close us out.
Go pee. Go.
Well, don't you have to close out this
Pee.
D&D sesh?
Go
or...
pee.
No.
Pee.
Ask nicely.
Piss.
Ask nicely, Mr. Vaush.
All right, please go pee. All right, hold on. I'm muting myself.
I'm on.
And thus we conclude another beautiful session of Theater of Consumption. Something I enjoy very much, very, very much. Super much, one might even say.